but now you're on it. No, a few people like that Metatron's Cube person and a few people watch. It's weird that I can't believe people watch it in a way, like because like it's just us bullshitting about whatever, but people like that shit. Do you listen to any podcasts?
Yeah, I recently started listening to Charlemagne's podcast, Brilliant Idiots.
Charlemagne?
Yeah.
Like that guy, that old dude?
The dude on the radio in New York.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he got a podcast.
I thought you meant like like that guy in that like 70s group.
Oh no. Yeah, him and his
I was like, so he's like, who is he? He's a New York DJ?
Yeah, he's a New York radio host. Yo, he's hilarious. Just put nice. Charlemagne. Just put Charlemagne.
Yeah, actually, I've heard that name. People talking about it now that I think about it. Like,
yeah, like he's funny. I like the way he is. He's pretty cool. Yeah. Like he's straightforward. Like he's not like some DJ like they paid off. Like if you don't
they're so paid off, right? Like
yeah, if you don't like
you hear someone.
If you don't like you, he don't like you.
Yeah, that's good. Like you need that shit. Like, cause like everything is so boring now. Like,
yeah.
Like if you go to like another city, I don't know how. I haven't really traveled. I've only been to like Philly from where. Oh, I've been to New York, and Boston and stuff. But like, and you hear the hip hop or the rock or whatever. Like it's the exact same shit. It's like a copy. Yeah. They have like the wacky guy, and then like the white chick that sounds black, and like it's crazy. Like it's the same crew, like for every city. They like cloned them and shit.
It's the same thing. It's just they basically got like a formula set down. It's like we're gonna have the real guy, the so-called realist, and
yep.
And then the female, of course, you gotta have the diversity in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just
it's
just ways to like mess with your mind. That's all.
Yeah, like if you start hearing someone actually say like what's on their mind, you're like, whoa, this is different. Like this is something else. Like they're not part of the program. Let me tune into this shit real quick.
Yeah, thank God
for the internet.
Yeah, like you would never know people like that exist.
Oh my God, yeah, it's so much better. Like you could say like the internet is kind of like everyone's addicted to their phones now, but on the other end of that now, like we can have this podcast and we can find out about other shit, listen to mad music. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's none of that like that BS and like obviously we're like-minded because like we make beats and then like we like to sample and then it's like obviously like we most likely like the same types of movies. So it's like
yeah, Apocalypse Now is awesome.
Yeah, I've seen that movie way back. I haven't watched it again. But yeah, I got that picture. That's like when I seen that scene, that's the scene where like they're fighting at night and like they're just like shooting back and forth. I don't remember exactly, but it's something like that. And like the black dude, the picture that I have, he's like voodoo out, like he got a little neck. He like painted like the grenade launcher like this certain way, like this voodoo way, like whatever. And then
it's
shot it in the air. I guess the spirit told him to shoot it like in the air, and they're like, "Be quiet," and like, stop.
Yeah, that movie's bugged out. Hold on a sec.
Yeah. No.
What? Go see what's on there.
I was watching the behind the scenes of the movie, and like when like they cut the cow in half, whatever, and like towards the end.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
That wasn't part of the movie. Like the village people brought that in. The village.
Yeah, that's bugged out. That's crazy.
It must have been like one trippy experience.
Yeah. It has that's with Charlie Sheen's dad, right?
Yeah, yeah, one of the Sheens.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
I gotta
You
make.
like Stanley Kubrick movies?
I wouldn't know the names if you tell me the name of the movie.
Clockwork Orange.
Nah, if you give me a list, I'll probably watch it.
Oh, all right, yeah, I'll give you some.
Yeah, give me some lists because like I like to watch like the old movies. But if you tell me like who's the director and stuff, I don't know. Like I know like Martin Scorsese because I like a lot of his flicks, and I know like Robert
Yeah,
Ashke and people like that because I like a lot of their stuff. But like that's it.
yeah,
Like unless it's like the main ones, like Steven Spielberg and stuff. I don't know who they are.
yeah. I don't really know many like directors. I know Spielberg and stuff,
But
but
if you give me a list,
Kubrick is. Oh yeah, I'll text it to you. Kubrick is like The Shining and that horror movie with Jack Nicholson
yeah, yeah.
and what's the one? Clockwork Orange. That you'll like that. It has it's 70s and it has like crazy synthesizer um soundtrack shit in it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like anything from the 70s. I'll go back and watch it. A lot of their movies was dope.
Yeah, 70s is the best, right? It's such
Yeah,
a
I love
tripped
it.
out crazy time. Like that must have been. Yo, you know why I think that shit is so it's the 70s is so like fucking potent and like all the good samples and shit is cuz like it was like the first time all that shit was happening. Like
Yeah,
before that no one heard like funky shit like or like crazy rock or they had jazz earlier than that, but like before that they didn't have like synthesizer
yeah. Like
jazz and
people had like
crazy shit.
more to like experience, and then it's like it still like throws off a piece of like the '60s area, like with the experimental drugs. So it's like a lot of people are doing
Yeah.
a lot of different types of drugs. So it's like you can only imagine like
Yep.
what's going on in their minds. So like all these musicians taking all these crazy drugs, and it's like this is what came out of it.
Yeah. What an amazing time, right? Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Effed up period as far as like political reasons, but great music.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's such a crazy that's part of it though. Like people were like protesting shit and like
Yeah.
it's like a crazy time. Like
It was
it's
like
crazy.
it was like the end and the beginning of an era to me. It's like one thing finished and then like it happened so quick, and it's like you got to go back and watch everything because you don't realize what happened. Because like a lot of these old movies that I'm watching, I'm like, this is dope. Like a lot of black exploitation movies that I've seen, I'm like, they're allowed to say all this back in the day. Like they're allowed.
Yeah, they said crazy shit, right? Like,
So, yeah,
yeah, Madlib samples a lot of that stuff.
yeah. Like I love the '70s, man. I watch it like anything from the '70s. I watch it over and over again.
Yeah, yeah, I love that shit.
Like Richard Pryor, like I love Richard Pryor. He's from that era. Like Richard Pryor's the greatest.
Yeah, yeah, he's amazing.
There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, 80s is good too, like in its own way.
Yeah,
People hate on the 80s, but
I like
it.
It's hard for me to sample music from that era. Like I try, but it's just like it's too
hard hitting, right? Like the drums hit too hard. You got to find. Yeah, you know what a secret like my game plan to that going around that is I look for like if you find like an 80s record like and there'll be like those dance songs with hard ass drums or they just found out about the 808 so they're going nuts with that. But like they'll be one like slow jams where the 808 will be really quiet in the back and just go for the slow jams because like they'll have like crazy keyboard parts and they'll have parts where the drums turn off too. Like
yeah, I
find a lot of shit in there.
I think that's my problem because like everything that I found is upbeat, so it's like it's hard. Like I hear some dope stuff, but it's like the drums won't go away.
Yeah, it's like so it's hard to hide. You could try to filter them, but then you filter out the other parts too.
I've tried everything, man, and it's like it doesn't go away. Like,
yeah,
I got so much '80s music that I got like that I messed with, and it's like I couldn't get those drums. Like I tried everything, and it's just like you said, like you could try to get it all away, but you take away what you really wanted out of it.
Yeah, yeah, you got to find parts where the drums turn off usually, or. But the thing, like with the '70s samples, like they're so like easy to work. Like the drums kind of disappear once you put it in the beat and
Yeah,
chop it up and filter a little, like, and you can kind of just like mold it how it, like, you can be like almost more sloppy with it, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
it's with the '80s shit, it's like so locked in and precise, but especially jazz too is easy because that's sometimes I'm like, who knows what tempo this is? Like it's like going all over the place. Like I'll just chop it up small and like try to make it all one tempo. But
yeah,
jazz shit is crazy, right? Like,
yeah. I love the problem with jazz, man. Everybody samples from it, and I try to like stay away
yeah.
from what everybody samples, but I love it. I think jazz and hip hop is like the best thing. It's like the best thing.
Oh, it's so good. I've been in a phase of just loving like the break, like hard drums recently, and not even making it so much, just listening to like Lord Finesse and all the DITCs, like the Big L beats and just '90s shit in general. But the jazz with like hard drums has been I've been loving because you'll forget about it and then you'll go back to it. You know, like
Yeah,
I do that with music a lot. But that shit is perfect.
yeah. I try like lately. That's what I've been trying to do, trying to get like a jazzy feel, and you know what I'm saying, trying to get that laid back, you know, like disappear type. And I think jazz does it perfectly.
Yeah, it's the best. It's
And
like that wind
I
zone
love
music.
like the trumpet, saxophone, piano solos, and
Yeah,
I'll loop that for days. Sometimes I won't even chop it up. I'll just let it loop. Like
just
oh
loop because it sounds perfect
yeah,
already, right? Like
like I
just
don't
loop
like
it.
why chop it up? It's just perfect the way it is.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad sometimes if I when I chop. I get lost in chopping it up sometimes, and then I'll just be like, "Oh, I should just loop this part and leave it
Yeah,
alone."
that's the problem. Like I've just been looping because like whenever I would chop, it's like man, like you get lost in it because it's like and then it's like this doesn't work and that doesn't work, and it's like you listen to it by its original way, and it's like I'll just loop it. F it.
Yeah, yeah, it's different. That's the thing with sampling is crazy because like there's like I guess a bunch of formulas. There's definitely not just one because like sometimes you're like, oh, fucking this intro part is good, and then this part in the middle, so you have to chop. Like you gotta like
Yeah,
take pieces, like, and you're like, oh, I know exactly this part is going with this part, like. But then sometimes it's like the shit you want is just all in one little part, and
yeah.
that's good too.
No, I definitely love like old '70s slow jams, and it's like you could get like whatever they're saying and like switch it up to something like this era.
Yeah,
I think like
definitely.
something that I made. I don't know if I posted, but like she's talking about like love and crying and feeling sad, and I got it to her like it sounded like she's talking about being high.
Oh yeah, see, that's crazy. I love that shit.
So I'll do that like all day long.
Yeah, you like morph it into something else.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that's the thing with like vocal samples. Like it'll get stuck in, it'll sound like something, but I know it's not saying that, and then it gets stuck in my head, and I just call the beat whatever I think the lady's saying. You know what I mean? Like there's a bunch, like the J Dilla, the Players beat or whatever. You know that beat?
I have to look it up. I probably do.
Yeah, it's saying Claire. The sample it says Claire. It's like the last part of like the chorus or part of a song. And it's like Claire, but he flipped it, and the song's called Players, and it sounds like Player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dilla's crazy. Like
Yeah.
his shit is like wizard
When I started,
status.
like he was definitely like the one I was like looking into and was like, I know that there's
Yeah,
no limits. Like when you listen to Dilla, it's like, yeah, there's no limits. Like you can only limit yourself.
Yeah, he was in the zone, right? Like his shit is
Couldn't tell him he
crazy.
could sample that. It's like, I could sample it. I'll do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I always go back to records and then find. I'm like, how did I miss this? And it's just because like you hear it different. Like sometimes you might be excited about one sample and then you miss a whole other one or something.
Yeah,
Like
I do that too. Like I'll play the record like all day long. And then like
yeah,
the other day that happened to me, like I played the same record all day long. And then like my son, he pushed the record where it went fast. Like I think like whatever speed it is, like the 2 speeds, and it was going fast. I'm like, oh shit, that sounds dope as hell. Like,
yeah,
I sampled it
yep,
just like that. And I listened to the record
exactly.
like for like 3 days straight, all day long. And
Yeah,
like he pushed that button and I'm like, whoa, that's dope. And I
yeah,
couldn't
that's the thing. Even just speeding it up can be like, oh, now this is something different. Like there's a new vibe going on, and it's
yeah.
crazy. Yo, like that's the thing, yo. I'm so addicted. I tried using. You got Fruity Loops, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have Cubase, and I never really used the VST synths or anything. But I heard, that chick VHVL.
Nah.
It's like you probably heard, God's Connect channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's had. I never really knew she was a chick for a while, but like he he's made videos for her shit. Like it's like it's I think it's like most she uses samples on some beats, but it's definitely like synth stuff. But the way it sounds is crazy. It's like it's kind of like Flying Lotus, and
Okay.
it's just like tripped out. But and you know that Beat House show?
I have to listen to it.
Oh, it's like a podcast these dudes do, and they have some beat makers on sometimes.
Like
But
the
like
boiler room?
no, well, yeah, they do. But without a video, there's no video.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just like on SoundCloud and shit.
Okay, okay.
But I heard her on there, and I was like, yeah, let me try to make some like keyboard stuff. But it's just like I like doing. I want to try to keep doing it, but like I don't know, sampling is just so much more interesting. I feel like.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like when I started, because my brother taught me, and he does stuff like he uses Reason, and he does beats like synthesizers,
Keyboards.
yeah,
Yeah.
keyboards, and the whole nine. And I've always been interested in like sampling since day one. He hates it, but he had like the MPC 1000. He never used it. Like I wanted, so I bought it.
Damn.
And then it's like I try to do like before I bought the MPC, like he tried to teach me how to compose my own music. And I just
Hmm.
couldn't get it. Like I did a few stuff that he liked, but it's just like to me it was like I don't see it. You
It's
know what I mean? Like I think Ghostface said it best. Like sampling gives like a soul to the music. So it's like when I
yeah.
sample, it's like I'm putting like a heart inside of it. And then like I'll
Yeah.
probably add like synthesizers, or I'll probably add drums, or I'll probably add like stuff like that. But it's like without that sample, man, I don't think I could do without it. Like I have to have something that's sampled.
Yeah.
And it's just like to me, like you said, it's interesting. Like I love chopping, I love making something like totally different. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like I love it. Like I don't think I could ever like do anything else. I think the other dude is calling because my phone keep going
Oh,
off.
really? That's crazy. Yeah, I hear some shit in my headphones. How do I like let
I
them
don't even
on
know
the
how to switch
show?
it
Uh,
over. Okay, I clicked on it.
you clicked on? Yeah, I clicked on it too. Is one still there?
It's a huge echo. Yo, what's up?
What up? Nice. From shoveling snow. Yeah, it's snowing like fucking crazy. It's been snowing all day.
I'm from Florida. I don't see none of that. It's cold weather in the sun over here.
Yeah, it's cold as fuck. There's a parking ban. Yo, your internet is fucking up. You sound like a crazy. Yeah, your face. You look like a demon and shit. And your now it's better. Yeah, it's better. It was just like in slow motion and shit for a minute, like, and your voice sounded crazy. No, no, that's cool.
You good?
That's cool. I don't, I was trying to like combine. I don't know how to combine it into the thing. You know, it's crazy though. I feel like they can hear you. Oh, so you like clicked on the live stream and joined it? So maybe you are, because in my there's two windows open now. This is on your cell phone right now. All right. What were we talking about? 70s music, right?
Synthesizing and stuff. Huh?
Oh, I remember sampling versus keyboard beats.
Yeah.
Yo, and you know what another big part of that shit is like the sounds sound kind of dead in the computer, like the synthesizer sounds, they sound like there's no life in it. Like, and just think about this. Okay, like these 70s dudes or whatever era, like they're playing, they got all their gear, they're smoking, there's some bitch is sitting on the bass drum and you know
There's
she might have
emotion.
farted on. Yeah, like their gear is all, everything's all dusty and everyone's hot. They might have dropped some ketchup on the guitar or something, like
Yeah.
everything. And then you get, there's this like sound it gives you. Plus everyone's jamming together, like everyone's vibing off each other.
Yeah.
And it's just this moment that gets captured, and then you sample that shit, and it has so much energy. But then like if you just play a VST synth, it's like you're like, where's all the vibes? And it's just not there because there was no band smoking weed.
One person making it, so it's like
Yeah,
the emotion comes in when like that rapper comes in, and it's like, okay, now I feel the emotion because like this guy's saying stuff over it, and
yeah, that does help. The
now
lyric, yeah.
now I'm catching the vibe. But like those 70s music, it's like 5, 6 other people. You know, one of them life sucks, the other one's life was great, the other one is
Yeah.
dope. So it's,
Yep.
like, it's just like we're all here to play music, and then like they end up making something. So like,
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah, I think that's definitely missing too. Like, you know, it's not, well, it's not like what's missing today, but it's just like that's why my theory, like why sampling music has more like vibes in it and shit. Like,
Yeah,
You
I don't
know?
think it's ever going away. Like they try to say like it's dead, but I don't think it's ever gonna go away. Like it's
Nah, it's more alive than ever. Like
yeah,
every kid has a machine now, like a
yeah.
little handheld turntable, like or a new mark. What I have. What do you? Which one do you have? Which
Uh,
turntable you got?
what is it called? Odd. I have to go look at it right quick, but it starts with an A. It starts with an A.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like Audico. I have to look at it.
Oh, Audio
Yeah,
Technica,
there you go. That's what
right?
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, that's another one a lot of people have. Like mine was only
Yeah,
$99.
I
Like,
got mine off. I got mine off Craigslist.
yeah.
Because for a while I was e-digging. So
Oh yeah, yeah. You know how that's hilarious.
e-digging
Like,
is cool, but the problem that I have with it, it's like one is finding the music. Two,
yeah,
two,
it's a
you're
different.
on that person's time. So it's like
Yeah,
he
yeah.
finds cool stuff and it's maybe cool to him, but it's not cool to you. And then it's like you're forcing yourself to make something. And then
Yep.
like you know what I'm saying? Like you basically when you e-dig, you have to have like you have to follow like hundreds of people if you're gonna find anything. And then it's like you're on that person's ear. So it's like
Yeah.
I knew eventually I was gonna have to like do. I wanted to do vinyl eventually, but it's like I had to get everything piece by piece.
Yep. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what happened to me.
But that's why I can't wait till I move to Georgia because like I want to start doing the whole digging. Like I'm ready
Woo.
to start.
I bet it's because it's a major, huge city, and like
And
they're
it's
gonna even
old,
have. It's
old.
old.
There gotta be
Yeah.
like old classics out there. So like I can't wait. Like I refuse to dig out here in Tampa because like I want to find what's out up in Atlanta instead.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you what your digging situation is, but you don't even
Yeah,
fuck
like
with it down there.
I went to a thrift shop the other day and they had some records, and it wasn't like jazz. It was just pretty like gospel and freaking like some comedian dude and
Yeah, the
I don't know what kind of gospel. It's just some white dude named Bill. I don't know his name. It's like Bill Man.
yeah, you
I
don't
got
want the white guy.
I sampled from him though. It's pretty dope. Like my latest video, that's him. Cause
Yeah,
I like,
well,
cause
see, that's the thing about sampling.
but I had to like speed it up. That's why he sounded dope.
Yeah,
After I sped it up, I'm like, okay, now you sound dope. But like,
yep,
but yeah, like there was nothing good. Like, there was nothing good. I just did it just like I want to do this, so at least let me try it out. So
yeah, like
I
rhythm
got a
roulette.
Barbara Streisand record. I'm like, what can I do with
Yeah,
this?
that's the thing about sampling. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yo, Georgia is like the New York of the South. Like you're
yeah,
gonna hit like crazy. You're gonna find crazy shit there. Like,
yeah, I can't wait. Like I'm ready for it.
yeah, we got some good. But I feel like because I know there's like kids out there that live out in the middle of nowhere, and I feel kind of like I have like different options of record stores, and they're full and always getting new shit. Like, so it's kind of like good where I live, like for digging. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, like
All right, cool.
Tampa's like a punk rock era. Like they were big like with I forgot what the dude told me, but I don't want to say punk rock, but like more metal and rock type of like history. Like
Oh yeah,
there's dudes who make hip hop music, but on my personal opinion, they're kind of whack. As I could be wrong. Maybe like there's some dope dude out in Tampa. Like there's this group that I know, but I personally know them and I like what they put out. But like they would never be
yeah,
famous in Tampa because like nobody cares for that.
yeah.
You want to hear like the dumb stuff. Huh?
Where do you live in Florida?
Tampa.
You know, over the last probably 15 years, I hear a lot about Florida. Like my friend, I haven't talked to him in years. He lives down in Florida and he does beats. He actually moved from PA to Florida for to some school down there. I don't know where it is in Florida to learn how to do um well, I don't know what like it had to do with like I guess audio production. I don't know. But
I hope he didn't go. He went to those like expensive $10,000 schools.
different down. I don't know. Like I heard a lot of good things about Florida, and I heard it from many different. Like I heard from, and I was like, really? Because like I didn't know really anything. But you're from Florida. There's what's his name? Tech Beats is from Florida. It's just like it's a different like up here. Nobody gives a shit about hip hop up here as far as the
You
type
should
of
try Japan. Yo, go to Japan or the UK. They love the farther from New York you go, the more they love it.
that was kind of bold to say that. Nobody gives a shit about it, but it's just like I'm the out of amongst the people that I would say I associate myself with. I'm the fucking like the
You're the grand
that
poobah
shit.
of hip hop where you live. You're the master of ceremonies, right?
What?
Like Florida's okay, but like as far as like the music scene, like you have to be in Miami. You have a better chance in Miami than you will have like anywhere else, in my opinion.
Yeah, and be like a Cuban drug dealer, coke dealer
Yeah,
too,
like
right? Then you're doing good.
those are like your two options.
That's it.
Big, but like if you want to get away from the cold and all that, like Florida's great. But like you know, I think like when it comes to hip hop, like they embrace the dumb hip hop. Like it's not like anything historical about hip hop. It's really in Miami. Like anywhere else, I can't really like give you names or anything. Like yeah, this guy's dope or that guy's dope.
Yeah. That's why the internet's good because there's pockets of people everywhere, like all over the place that like good shit. So
Yeah, like I've been listening to like a lot of Japanese stuff, like Japanese hip hop, and
yeah,
there's like
those fucking people are
they're
so
crazy.
cool, right? Right? Like they're so interesting. They do all this and they're good at making beats and shit. Like
Yeah,
it's crazy. And they're so into like the culture of like digging and shit and having turntables and
yeah,
it's
to a whole
awesome.
other level. It's like they just found out about it.
Yeah, like it's like to them
Like
it's
20
like
years, like 20 years ago, it was like real new to them. Like they were like behind 20 years or something, but they took it to another level. Because it's like if you see some of the stuff like they do as far as turntablism and shit over there, it's on some other shit. It's on a whole nother
Yeah,
platform. You
yeah,
know what I mean? And
hmm
and you look at it like, damn, like
they're
here.
disciplined. They're beat ninjas.
That's what you know. What that could be though. That could be.
It is.
I
It's
don't know.
that with skateboarding and Japanese people. They're nasty at skateboarding.
but you know what it is though? It's like they're just getting hip to it, but they have history of it. So it's like when
Yeah,
something's new, you're just like going by it. Like this is new, but like
yeah,
them, it's like we have like this encyclopedia of like what to know and learn about it.
yeah. They could. They studied it for like. They just watched it on TV and heard about it and
Yeah.
from the U.S. and like they could just learn everything.
What do
That's
you guys
crazy.
think about like library shit? Like are you guys talking about e-digging and shit? Like what do you think about
Library records?
no.
Oh,
Like
VST and computer
right.
synths.
Yeah.
I was just hating on them and saying how they have no soul. So,
You know,
but I want to
I'm gonna
try to.
play devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
And you know we've had a lot of talks about this kind of shit, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate quick because the one thing I could say about like shit that you can download shit like that, I mean, it's not all like, I used to think that too about like VSTs and shit, and I haven't really used too many VSTs, but as far as getting like digging and stuff and finding certain sounds, like a lot of the sounds, like you buy a program and you get a whole library of sounds or synthesizers. A lot of that stuff is recorded live now. Some of
Yeah,
that stuff get like you
Yeah,
get a
that's a
lot
good
of
point.
live
It
shit.
is getting better and better every year. And I actually made a beat with VSTs last night.
I mean, I used to be 100% against like software and computer all the way. Like I was like, fuck that gear, and that's it. And there's a lot of people still like that, but I mean, at some point, I think you need to learn to use some kind of software
yeah. I
more
think it's
than
all
anything
dope.
else.
I think
It's all good,
it's
right?
all dope.
Like,
Cause like I use FL Studio more than I use the MPC. Like the MPC's like it's just like I use it to like when I'm chopping and then I use the pads and stuff. But like as far as like I don't use synthesizers as much, but like when it comes to like filters and EQs and
oh my God,
I
yeah.
go crazy for that. I
Yeah,
like
FL Studio is so much better than the MPC for effects. Like,
yeah. So like I go all over the internet. I'm like yeah, I want to know how he did that and how did he make that go away or like how do you get like I'll go crazy for that. Like I'll EQ anything, put filters and
yeah, I was just telling him I made like I was messing with Cubase and I made like a synth beat the other night or last night. So I don't totally hate
How
it. I'm
fine do
just
you and like how easy do you find to use Cubase? Think it's easy to use it, or you getting used to it, or
yeah, like I for years I was straight up scared. Like I was like I'm gonna suck at this so bad, and
it
have
it
you seen
it,
this?
it kind of is like that when you first. Because I've been using Ableton for what was it 2016, probably since 2008, on
Yeah,
and
that's a
off.
long time.
I don't use it as much anymore, but it's so easy to use now for me. Like it's not,
Yeah, it's easier than I thought.
and
I
that's just what I stick with.
Yeah, I hooked up a MIDI controller, like this little keyboard thing I have, like, and I can use it to play like the keyboards in Cubase. And I downloaded other VS, like I downloaded the Juno synth, the '80s Roland analog remake or
Yeah, I
whatever,
have
the
those
free
too.
one. And I downloaded a
Hmm.
bunch of shit, like, and I tried making beats with it. So, cause yeah, like one day I want to be able to try to like actually make music with notes. You know what I mean? Cause sometimes you're like, I wish I could just like
Even just learning
play some
basic
shit real
keys.
quick. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just some to lay over top of something that you sampled, like
Yeah,
just
I
something,
mean, I've tried
you
that,
know.
and sometimes it works, but sometimes I feel like it's hard to
Yeah,
match
yeah.
it.
You
Like that
gotta
was
be,
my hardest
yeah,
thing, like matching the sample to like if I play a bass line or put like keyboards in it, like it might be just because I made it and I'm thinking too much, but like I feel like oh man, that shit stands out. Like people can tell that's not part of the sample. But I guess the point is if it sounds good, right? Like it doesn't
yeah.
really
If it sounds
matter.
good, it doesn't matter. Yeah, at this
Yeah,
point, you know.
I'm probably overthinking it, right?
it's
You
like
know what? And I do that too,
Yeah.
though. I used to sample, like I used to look at an entire like song instead of taking a 6 or 8 second sample. I used to just just kill my brain doing it. Like, damn,
Like oh, I need
I
this
gotta
part
make one
now.
beat
Like
with all this. It's just like, I just dumb it down a lot more now. And I don't
yeah,
feel like I
that's
always have to make a 16 bar beat anymore. Like, I'll just make a fucking 2 bar beat. I don't care. Like,
yeah, yeah.
you know,
yeah.
um,
That's why I've been doing the
yeah, I try
resample
to over
shit.
more. Huh?
That's why I've been doing the no sequencer thing on the 404 and just like not even just playing shit and recording it like little 2 bar
I know
loops.
what you mean. Yeah, with like the different chops and just playing it.
Yeah, like I resample myself playing like the chops, and then I
That's dope.
resample myself playing the drums on top of that, and then keep copy and paste, and then keep going like that,
Yeah.
and just keep
Doobie, what
adding
you
shit
say
to
you
it.
use you have an MPC and you use FL, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
a
mean,
good
I heard
setup.
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I always want to get more shit, but it's just like at this point, I don't really need anything.
No,
But
I don't think so. I don't think so either. Like for a while, I thought the same thing too. I'm like, man, I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need
yeah,
this. And then it's
I'm like that right now.
like,
Like I'm like, damn, I just want to keep getting shit, but it's just like then you get,
no, I think it's like I think because for me, like I'm comfortable with myself. So like the only thing I really need right now is a keyboard, and the only thing I'm really looking at is the iKey MPK mini keyboard. Cause like I don't need like no long keyboard or anything. I just need like
Yeah,
something tiny, and then it's just like that's it. Like as far as anything else, like I think Fruity Loops does it for me. Like once I have my loop and I chop up or I just loop whatever I like and I make the drums, like I just filter and EQ and then like I just make it go crazy from there. Like I don't think you need like,
how long you how long you been using Fruity Loops now?
oh man, like I just started beat making to be honest. So like I'll probably say like,
Really?
yeah, word, like 3 years. Like I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but I had nobody to teach me. Like I never understood like the mechanics. I just knew like I
yeah.
want to do
You
this.
never had another like other people that did something like what I mean
Nope, never.
that did music.
It's hard,
Wow.
yeah, cause
I just had people who
See, I
love hip
come
hop,
to you like
but nobody loved the producers. So it's like I'm
yeah,
just like this beat is dope. Like, how
it's
do you
funny
do that?
because like that like as a kid as like in high school I knew people that DJ'd. Then I got into that, and then but like making beats was the first thing I wanted to get into. But I didn't get into it till after I started DJing, which I haven't done in a long time. I only have one turntable, but uh, I don't know, man. Like it was just like the group of kids I grew up with. Everybody was into something music related at one point, whether it was rapping or trying to make beats or DJing or whatever. I mean,
that's good though, cause then you
and
can like,
some do it, some don't.
Yeah, like it
I don't
just
know.
when I met my brother, it was just like he does stuff from scratch. He taught me because I met this one kid who's like all into hip hop and he raps and everything. And it's like we went half on like a trigger, but like he was like I was he also had like an Apple computer, so it was like he could make beats, but it was like he didn't know how to teach somebody. So he's like, here, try. He'll just be like, here, go try to make something. I'm like,
uh,
Yeah,
how am I gonna
yeah.
try if I don't know where to begin?
yeah,
You don't even know a button to press.
Yeah, like all I know is
You know,
this is part of hip hop making. That's all I know. I don't know anything else.
I mean,
But
I
like,
remember there was a day I didn't even know where to put a snare.
yeah. But like, when I met my
It's
brother,
like, yo,
he was like kick, snare, hi hats, and 16s, and you know what I'm saying. Like when he broke that down to me, then it all started making sense. And then
yeah,
I downloaded Fruity Loops, and the way Fruity Loops is designed, like it's like how my brain works. Like I could see
yeah, it's
the
perfect.
way the way the music was broken down to me.
the visual of where you placed it.
Yeah, Fruity
Because
Loops.
I've used it, yeah, like how you place the.
The little slots, you could just put the
That
drums
is
where
that
you
Yeah,
is
want.
convenient.
Like,
That is
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And
So
then you could change like the and all that, and it can make the drum sound a lot different.
yeah,
Like I remember it had like this like swing. I think it was called like some sort of. It was like some sliding. I haven't used for. I used it a little bit, like 15 when it like first came out. I had a friend who had it. Like he downloaded it because you get, and that was the first time I seen beats made on a computer, and I was like, I didn't even people, at that point I was like, damn, I didn't know you can make beats on your fucking computer.
yeah. Because that was like when it came out. I was in high school, that's all you heard was Fruity Loops, and like I would download it, and I had no idea what's going on. Like I press play, and it's like all these crazy noises and sounds, and it's like, how do
Yeah.
people make this work? And then and then like fast forward, the way the universe works, it finally happened. Cause like I don't know, like I knew this dude on Facebook. His name is Hamburger. He's probably commented on a couple of your videos. So I met him on Facebook, and he would always like send me links to like people who make like those beat vids or the SoundCloud, and then I fell into that trap. So it's like I learned about knowledge, and I learned about the Asian dude. I forgot his name, but like I started learning
Mind
about
design.
Mind sign.
Yeah.
Like that's how I found you too, like through other people, and then it's just like it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
It was like I went to SoundCloud, and I seen God's Connect making beat vids, and I'm like, I want to do the same thing, and I started making beat vids, and
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah, he's our age.
Like, but you've been into it for a while, but you just got into it not that long ago.
Yeah, like hip hop is like my life.
Sounds like, I guess.
Hip hop is my life, but as far as like opening it up, I'm now doing that. Like I probably started doing that 3 years ago.
That's cool.
That's why like I'm shocked when people like my beats. I'm like, really? Like sometimes I'll make a beat and it's just like I'll just put it out there, and then like people like it. I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm glad you like
they're
it.
really good for 3 years, cause like you went past the whole fate. Like I went been through so many fate. Like I used to just like copy like Pete Rock style like old school beats, and like then
But
I did that too though. Like everybody does that. I think a lot of people do that when they first start making beats. Is that like I'm gonna take a key from here, and then I'm gonna take this and do like I used to do that. I haven't made a beat like that in a long time.
But that's the crazy thing about e-digging, because it's like that's how I started getting samples. It's like through YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like I would be forced to make a song out of something I think is dope, but I don't know what to do. So it's like if I find something, I'm like, this is dope, and then nobody sampled it, and then it's like I'll do my own little thing to it, and then I would like go to rituals and learn this and learn that, and then it's been love ever since. Like I don't see myself stopping.
Yeah, the first way I sampled was like totally the wrong way. Like I had CD turntables, and I sampled off. I would download like an MP3 and what's that?
You don't have the CD turntables no more?
No, I sold those to the pawn shop years ago. But yeah, and I didn't even do it the right way. You know how you can use
them.
Yeah, they are. I wish I had them still for scratching over beats.
My boy he DJs. He got a pair. Like he has a pair. We were drunk in his basement the one night, and we were messing around with them, and they got pads on them. Like you have 8 pads. I think they're made by Pioneer.
Oh yeah, I know.
8 pads on the side. 8 pads, so like you can catch whatever it is, a song, anything.
You can sample on it.
Catch it at a certain spot and set points. And you're basically remixing it, but you can make beats with it too live. We were fucking around the one night. I don't even remember half of it. But like it was crazy, man. Like shit like that is I remember when the CD mixers first came out, and they were like, now like I'm probably I want to get a pair now.
Yeah, I remember when they came out, everybody was hating on them.
Yeah, that was the first thing that received hate from the vinyl people. And then now it's software and like all this other shit. But like when I first made like my first beats, you know how when you use headphones you can use them like a microphone?
Yeah.
You know about that? Like I would hold the microphone up to the speaker, and that's how I'd sample.
I did that too.
That's how I didn't know what the fuck to do.
How did it come out?
Yo, it came out kind of. It was like lo-fi, but it was. Yeah, some people didn't even know. No one knew. Like they thought it was like a normal sample. Like So you can really do whatever, like if
Yeah,
you
you can
want
do
to do
whatever.
it.
You can make it sound dope. It don't matter. I did that too with one. I did that with a sample because it was like an anime sample. It was like a dual audio, and I couldn't get it to stay in freaking English when I wanted to sample it.
Oh,
Every time I try to rip it off and take it, and I had no idea how to take the English part out. So it's just like I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna play it in English, put a mic over it, and we're gonna go from there.
yeah. I know it works. You can do that shit.
I like ran in the bathroom and made the bathroom soundproof.
Oh shit. Nice. Yeah, yo, do you guys know what this thing is? The
Yeah,
electro.
I think
Have you
so.
seen that
Yeah.
shit? That was like the first sampler. This isn't it, but it looks like it. It's a sampler. And you know how like Fruity Loops kind of is like the slots are like that in Fruity Loops.
Yeah,
Like that's how I learned like making beats because it would you put the kick here and then the snare would go like right
yeah,
there.
that's exactly how I figured it
Yeah,
out.
that is how exactly it looks. How those tabs look on the Fruity Loops. Yeah, it looks like just like that.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to make beats. That's why I know how to use Fruity Loops because it's like the same. You put it in the slots. Like it's crazy. That thing's a synthesizer though. It sucks. It's like the worst keyboard ever. Like it
Yeah,
sounds
it's
like you're.
crazy that that's a little box. What kind of sounds are in that thing?
I'll
Anything
play it
good
for
or
you.
no?
It's like
You don't have to.
it sounds fucked up. Like I have another one that sounds better. Like this one.
Yeah.
You can see that one sounds better. I
Is that
actually
hold that up
just
again? Hold that one up. That's a Korg.
yeah.
I've seen that, yeah, before. That have anything that's any good on it?
No, yeah, it's cool. I used to have the one that's a sampler too, but I bought that shit back, the blue one from the pawn shop. It was at the pawn shop for like 5 years and no one bought it.
Because no one knew what it was.
Yeah, no one knew what the fuck it was.
Oh,
It looks crazy looking. But I bought that shit back so I could have like synth sounds and it has drums on it and shit. Like I wish I had the other one is a sampler and it comes with synthesizers and drum sounds and shit and mad effects. But the 404 is better. Is definitely better than that because those machines you can't take the quantize off. It has to. You can use swing, but you can't. You can't just like turn off the timing. It makes you use the timing shit.
So that's why everybody likes the SPs, because like,
Well, I mean on the MPC you can turn the quantize off on the sequencer and you can have it not be it just whatever you play is what it is. You can do the same thing but the people like the SPs because of the effects. And it's really like they like it because you've seen it a million times, right?
yeah,
But like
I contemplated buying some, but like nobody in Tampa has them.
yeah, maybe try ordering it online. I like the reason I like it is because there's no menu and just all the whatever's there on the pads is there, and you just in the effects there's no menu. Like you know how on the MPC you got to go into a menu and select the
Yeah,
effects. Like it's boring. It takes too long. And like on the 404 you can just do the effects like while you're like playing it. You know, like literally while you're playing the pads you can like.
yeah, I see people
Different
do it
shit.
like they just like on the fly. They just
Yeah, and you could do multiple, like different. You switch the effects, like, and like you could just make a beat and like you sample some shit and just it's quick. That's why I like it because I don't like to get like think about it too much. That's why I like it.
yeah. I'm still contemplating about that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I bet you. I mean, I want to get a 303 now and like I don't know about the
yeah, I missed my
202.
303. I wish
Yeah,
I never sold that.
yeah, yeah. It's like one of those. I've heard people say that when they sell it because they didn't really know how you could use
I've
it.
had quite a few pieces of equipment, and that's the one thing that I wish I didn't sell.
Yeah, I know. I've pawned so much shit and for cheap as fuck. You know what I mean? I hated doing that shit.
Pawn shop robs you, man.
They rob you, right? Yeah. Holy shit.
On the flip side, though, you could buy stuff cheap as hell if they don't know what they're selling too.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I got kicked out of a pawn shop the one time. This is when I had my SP303 and I wanted to see what I could get for it. And this was I don't know, this was a while ago. And I went into the one and I had it, and they were like, I had like two of those cards that you put into it, and they were like, I'll give you like $20 or something like that. And I was like, hell no, I ain't selling it to you for $20. I'm like, you're gonna turn around and sell it for 300. And he's just like, and we started cursing at each other. He's like, get out of my, they kicked me out. And I'm like,
Because
well,
it's true.
yeah, it's true. You turn around, like, how you gonna offer me $20 for this fucking thing or whatever it was?
I remember I pawned. You know how you pawn it and you buy it back? Like that's what
Yeah.
a pawn is. They're like, do you want to sell it or you want to pawn it? I pawned the MPC 500 a bunch of times just when I needed money, like, because I'd buy it back when I get my next paycheck, and like they'd only give me $80 for it, and that shit is like 500 for, or I think it's 5.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you $80, and that's not even like I don't know how much. It's like 10 or 20% of what it actually costs, and they'll sell it for like 250 or whatever.
Yeah.
They make a killing at those places.
Highway robbery.
Yeah. Because they know it's all junkies, and it's like the part of the junkie life cycle.
Yeah, especially if somebody robs a studio, which I remember there was a time around where I was like when I was in high school, and I would always hear if somebody had this, like there was this, these people that had a studio and all their shit was.
Yo, talking to your mic a little more, I can barely hear
Oh
you.
shit! I forgot I had a mic in my hand. Shit.
It's cool.
That's what happens when you take a smoke break.
Yeah. Huh. I'm about to take an edible break after I was gonna
edibles?
take them during yeah, but I don't want to be able to
Oh,
not
you
be able to talk.
Oh, that's right. Connecticut's a lot better with their.
Not even well, we have medical here, but like I still like you have to be fucked up and have cancer. Like the only I could say I have PTSD, I guess. That's on the list.
Okay.
Cuz I got robbed on the way to work once and I had to go to the hospital walking to work.
Oh,
And then I also from going to jail, I'll tell the psychologist like I have PTSD. Like I feel like that's a legit like way to do it, you know?
damn.
Because I was looking,
Well,
I was
I
looking
guess
it
that
up.
worked out in the end.
Yeah, no, well, I still don't have the card. I still didn't do it. I got the
You
edibles.
get it in Connecticut though?
Yeah, Connecticut it's medical
You
state.
told
It's
me
not
yeah the one
recreational.
time when we did I think it might have been the first one we did. You said it's like up to you said 3 ounces
Oh
or
well,
something
yeah,
like
it's
that.
like basically legal. It's you get a ticket
I
now.
wish it was like that around here. Oh my god!
Yeah, where in
You telling
Philly or
me I get a
where
ticket?
in Pennsylvania? So
Man,
how do they? What you get arrested still?
yeah, I guess in Philly you don't, but outside I think you still do.
Oh, okay. But in Philly, you don't get it. They write you a ticket.
I I want to say it's kind of the ticket thing that's going on in Philly.
Yeah, 'cause what a waste of time, like bagging you for weed.
You don't have to feel nervous when you
Ugh,
go.
I spent my whole
You say,
life
whatever.
smoking weed, driving around, and
The
now
wor
they
yeah,
just
the worst is because we're all like over 30, and now like when I was like 15, 16, I didn't give a shit, but now it's just
yeah.
like I gotta. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, because you don't
you know
want to
what I
get
mean? I'm
arrested
like,
like on your way home from copping your weed and like
Bullshit charge.
yeah, like that's crazy.
it really is.
It's like, and then
Flor-
And
when they
Florida's
drop that,
worse, right?
like they're working on it. Like I said before, like they're trying to make it. They're trying to bring it back in the ballot. I know in Miami they decriminalized it, so they're just gonna
yeah,
give.
it
Oh,
depends
okay.
where you live in Florida. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how
but it's
I think Philly's like that, where you can just get a ticket. I want to say, but outside, forget it.
yeah. I got two charges. Like the first one, I was pissed. It was
That
like
shit is
I didn't clean my
it's so
car.
dumb.
I didn't clean my car, and like they got me for roaches. I was
Ah,
pissed.
what the
Are
fuck?
you
Yeah, I was pissed.
fucking serious?
That's
Like,
So the
crazy.
ticket says under 40 grams. I'm like, it was freaking roaches. But
Yeah,
like
that's so stupid.
the second one, like I got that was like a fair one because like I picked up a huge bag, but it was like I did it so like dumb. Like I went like it was in front of an apartment complex, and I got in and like
Hmm.
in front of everybody to see, and then like next thing you know, we're, like undercover police is like pulling us over. But like I never
What?
paid for it. Like I never paid the tickets, and I'm never gonna pay the tickets.
Yeah, it'll be illegal soon, and then they'll throw that out.
Yeah, because it doesn't affect your license. Like everything
Fuck.
affects your license in
Yeah,
Florida. But like when I found out that when I didn't pay the ticket and like it didn't affect my license, I'm like, then what the fuck? I'm like, why am I
yeah,
not?
like fuck you. I'm
I'm
not
not gonna
paying
pay
it.
$233. I'm sorry, it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
happening.
that's
you
nuts.
know, it's funny. I wish it would just be a ticket. Oh my God, that'd be great. Just a ticket. Wow.
And that's the
I don't
sucky
care,
part.
charge you. I don't give a
Like
shit.
out of all the other drugs, you want to like give me a hard time for that?
Yeah, exact. That's what kills me, right? Like that. Where they want to in an undercover busting you for weed for
Yeah,
plants.
yeah. Like I've seen kids like sniff OxyContin.
Yeah,
Like I just seen you sniff OxyContin, and then like they're messing with me because I have like a bag of weed. I'm like,
makes no sense.
I'm like
What are you doing?
it's like this is destroying the community right here. Like
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
right here is destroying.
yeah. I don't know. I never like I never I hear stories about so many other drugs like what people do. Like I don't know. Like I don't smoke and then feel like I need to like injure myself
Yo,
or anything. I don't know.
it's like that skit in Half Baked when he went to like the rehab and like he's like I smoke weed and like the dude's like you
Exactly.
smoke weed? Have you ever sucked dick
Yeah,
coke?
right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's the
what are
best
you
part. I
doing
love it.
here?
It's just like
Yeah.
what I forget what movie it is. They make fun of the commercials, like they don't like the like anti-marijuana commercials, and where like it has like the talking dog.
Yeah, and the girl is
Um,
sitting. She's like deflated.
yeah,
She doesn't
there's
move.
one I forget what movie it is. It makes fun of the one where they're in like their dad had a gun, a
Yeah.
closet, and he takes a gun and he's like, I'm so hot right now, and he shoots himself.
Oh
But they're
shit.
making fun of those. I forget what movie that is, where they make fun of
I
that.
know
But
Family Guy made fun of those commercials. Yo, you know who
yeah,
pays for those commercials? It's a partnership for a drug-free America, and you know who
yeah.
who gives them money? Who funds
Uh,
drug-free America? Get
mm.
the tobacco and alcohol and pharmaceutical companies.
Well, yeah, it's to smash them so they can make money.
Yeah, like
You know.
but that's like like hookers like protesting against like strippers or something. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? You sell alcohol and
That is
oxycontin and
so true,
tobacco.
though.
Like
That
you're
is
just
so
like trying
fucking
to
true.
like you're just trying to like corner the market and like make
A
it
fucking
so we
a
buy your
union
shit.
strike, a union strike amongst the hoes.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh, that would be fucking hysterical.
Yeah, it's
Oh
a
man,
joke.
that just made my night. Fucking strippers against hookers.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
But that is a good analogy though, because It's like they all could be in the same market
Exactly.
and make a ton of money.
Everything should be legal, like, because making shit illegal just makes it like.
Yeah,
I don't see. That's where I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It's
it's
just because if
moving.
if you've seen people who take anything worse and what it does to them, I'm like, well, do you really want that drug legal?
No, but instead of having
know?
trap houses all over the city, you could have one spot the government just gives it, like Oxycontin.
Right.
But like it's been proven, it shows like there've been studies where everything is legal and like
It
people
works.
do it because like
Oh, in other right.
because
Yeah,
like it's like
you're
it's
right.
like the child with the red button. It's like he wasn't worried about
Yeah,
the red button, but when you tell him don't touch the red button, he's gonna touch the red button because now you told him
Right.
don't do it.
yeah. Just make those buttons green. Make them all green and boring.
Yeah,
So push, you know.
it's like when you have like all these anti-drug commercials, like this kid is sitting here just like he's like, well, this looks kind of cool because like this is how I feel like.
Oh,
Like,
when
why
I
is
was
this
a
so
little
bad?
It makes me laugh all these all the anti stuff, because the way I got into it, it was just I think I was like 15, and it was just like
you're like, this seems
around. I don't know.
awesome. Everyone's having fun and laughing. Even the
Yeah.
anti-drug commercials in school, they
Especially when
seem cool.
the first couple of times you do it, it's like you never like that again after. Like the first when you're young, when you first do it, first two or
Yeah, when
three
you're a
times,
teen.
like
Yeah, I smoked when I was young, 14 years old, and those are the
man,
best times because you go outside, you go to the park, and
yeah.
smoke some fucked up ass blunt or something, or smoke it out of like your soda can or some shit.
The first time I did it, it was behind this church, and we
Yeah,
bought it. Me and my friend bought it from this kid's grandmother. Like there's and rolled, yeah, like you say, rolled a fucking shitty blunt that broke in two, and we smoked, and it took us.
you still got fucked up.
Oh, Jesus Christ! We blacked out for a second. We went into the store and bought something to eat and like a soda, and then we blacked out and for a second, and we just like, holy shit!
Yeah,
And I
it's
remember we saw like people we knew walking around. It was just.
And it was garbage wheat. Remember back in the day, like I know here, like they still have like they call it zone or like AZ, but like other places they call it mid grade or you know how they have good weed and
yeah,
shitty weed.
we call it mids. There's high grade mids, and that's it.
Yeah, I can't. You know what? It's like, and you know what? I now, thank God, I'm lucky. I have a fantastic person getting shit that has names, and
Yeah.
it's just like you smoke shit like you're just like I can't go back to mids.
Yeah. See, I know. When I was a teenager, we always smoked. And here's the thing here. It's not even mids.
You ever get some shit that was really, really cheap? Like
we used to just get like it's like Mexican brick weed.
Wholesale shit. That's just like
it comes in a brick and you
fucking
can
cheap.
peel the buds off. Like everything's like sprayed with some shit or something. Like it's fucked up.
I remember the one time I bought stuff. It was really cheap, and dirt weed will just get you sick. Like I
can't believe how much I smoked of it, and it had so much seeds and stems and shit.
Yeah, it took me a while to realize you're not supposed to have the seeds and stems.
No.
Yeah.
It took me a long time.
No.
People are like, they get you headaches. I'm like, I thought that was part of the high.
Yeah, I thought that was.
I used to be like that too. I'm like, oh, I used to just throw everything in.
Yeah, I used to do it out of laziness. I just dump the bag in the blunt and not sort it out.
Cares. But yeah, and then you get those headaches. You're like,
yeah, and the seeds pop. Man, I haven't heard a seed pop in years.
Yeah, once you go high grade, there ain't no going back.
Yeah, there's no going back.
Like
that's it.
It's downhill after that. Like it's ever
Yeah,
since I
shit that has names. Are you telling me that? Phew,
yeah.
yeah, no. I don't need that stuff that will get me
It doesn't
sick.
have a name. It doesn't even deserve a name, right? Like,
It's like, if you got that kind of shit, that awful shit, and you get pulled over, they might as well just feel sorry for you.
yeah, I would. Like,
They
I
just be
would not
like, look,
let that.
we're gonna just let you go because
Like, I'm
you
sorry.
know
I
this
see
this
you're at a low part in your
this
life, my friend. Like, you can
bad
keep it moving.
is like your penance.
You're just
So
starting in life.
Yeah, you haven't figured shit out yet. You can keep it on moving.
Come back when you got a little bit more experience.
Yeah. Then I'll
we'll
steal
take
your
that.
weed.
We'll take that and use that, and we'll
That's
bring
what
you in then.
my wife told me. They said that she got pulled over and they wrote her a ticket and the cop was like, this is garbage weed.
Damn. That's crazy. The cops are hating on
Wow. Well, at least you didn't get in trouble.
I would have been like, yo, go into your evidence locker and get me some good ass weed then.
I wish. You gotta take the L.
What are you eating, Paul?
Nah, it's just water.
Edibles? Oh, you're drinking H2O?
No. No, yeah. No edible for
Make your
me.
own or you buy yours?
I bought it from this dude at the barber shop,
Oh, okay.
but he gets it from like California. Like it's like gummy worms or whatever. Gummy
Okay.
bears.
I make my own. Like I haven't tried the candy yet or anything. Like every once in a while I make my own. And it
Yeah,
just
that's awesome too. I remember when
rips
we
me
did
apart.
that. Yeah, it fucks you up. But what do you do? The
I
brownies?
heard mixed stuff about that. Like somebody told me that special brownies don't work
Oh,
or they're
they
not
work
worth
like
it.
fucking.
It's the amount. If the person that made it, they probably didn't make it with enough. Because
Yeah,
the whole trick of making it is you have to have like X amount of grams. But the problem now is like because there's so much, like back in the day there wasn't all this quality of weed. So now
yeah,
you have all these like these
Right.
qualities. Like you literally have to like know the exact scientific THC amount of what you're getting. So like when people make this stuff, like they don't know like which one is like you just need a little bit or you need a lot. Like if you're gonna do it mids, you're probably gonna need like a
Right.
lot. But like with
yeah.
high grade,
I was
like
about to ask, if you use, let's just say you use, I don't know, something really strong, and you do use it, right?
yeah,
The effect, would it be better? Is it better? Like, is it better if you
it's way
eat?
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Best thing in the world. Like I'm going to work like that.
yeah,
I'm going to work like that. But it's like, but with that, like
And
all
they
you need.
can't, trace. It can't be traced.
I don't know. I never
You can
got.
be no. Yeah, from what I hear, you can if you have uh to take tests, piss test or whatever, you can get by
I never
edibles
knew
and
that.
shit.
Every time I looked it up, I could never find the answer. Like I would always get the synthetic urine. Like that's been saving my life. Like
yes, yeah.
Oh shit.
that's been
I'm
saving
always
my
like
life.
scared to use that. Like in the days that I did use it, the PO didn't test me, so I'm like, damn, I wasted $20-$30, and I don't know if it worked. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, I
The flip
hated
side
dealing
of
with that
that,
shit.
man, to be honest, uh, drink a lot of water.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah, I hear
they,
that's the best way to do it, like
I passed a couple.
natural.
Like
yeah. That's
I passed it. Unless they just was like fuck it and they saw it and they said that we're gonna let it slide. But I can say I passed two. Both were for jobs, and it was just because my urine was probably diluted with water.
yeah. I heard drink a lot of water and Tylenol. I heard like that's the trick.
I heard something about that, about taking like 3 aspirins or something.
Yeah.
Will clean you out. I guess. I don't know if that's true.
The job one is a little. The stakes aren't as high as the probation.
Everyone I gotta do is for a job, so I even if it's been like 2 months, I still get the synthetic urine. Like I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I don't trust my own urine.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Conspiracy theories on urine and shit.
I've had to do, when you have to do those drug classes, and if you get arrested and you're on probation, like you have to do like drug classes.
That's the dumbest
Like,
shit.
For those ones, you can just fail. Like that's not, like it's the ones for your probation officer you have to pass.
Yeah.
The lady doesn't even give a fuck because everyone like on crack in those classes, like, and they're like, oh, you're just on weed, like who cares? Like you pass, like.
Because that's the only drug they could really find. Everything else is gone within 48 hours.
Yeah, isn't that fucked up? Like,
everything we're saying, class, tickets, getting the process, they spend a lot of money to do that, to fuck, to get people with that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, just give tickets, or that's how you're gonna get your tax money.
Sell it, like, have weed stores, and give tickets. Like that's what they should do. Make money off that, taxing it that way. Because the way they do it, arresting you, is like evil as fuck.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like when I got the ticket, I had to go to court. So they charge you for the court fee and they charge you for the ticket. It's dumb.
Yeah.
Like once you get caught in Florida, you have to go to a court, and if you miss court, they put a warrant out on you, and now you're getting left up, and then you have to see the judge while you're in jail.
Damn.
It's stupid. Like the whole probation thing, I think is bullshit too. I was on probation one time. Like you got to pay to get in, then you got to pay every month, and then it's like you. It's stupid because it's like I have a job, so it makes sense for me. But for somebody who's doing bad things because of his circumstance, obviously he can't get a job. How do you expect him to pay to start it and then pay every month? It's like,
it's a horrible.
You're expecting him to fail.
Yeah, totally. That's the thing with probation. They know that you're gonna get high, and they're just gonna catch you and lock you back up. Like,
yeah, like for me, like it was just out of laziness. Like I was like, F it. Like I'm not gonna do community hours. Like I refuse to work for free. Like I don't like. If you want me to work, you have to pay me. Like I'm an American. You have to pay me to work. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So like like I got in trouble, and then like it was a while before they caught me, and I ended up getting caught. And they pretty much like locked me up. And the time I was locked up, they finished off my probation, which was stupid because I was like, you might as well just lock me up in the first place.
Yeah. Well, it's like time served, right? They're like, oh, your probation's done now because you were in jail. What is the jails like down in Florida?
Well, the jails are all right. I've never been like in the state prison, but the jails are all right. Like
it's like county jail, right?
Yeah, and like. You're in there for like I think it's like a year and some change. Once you pass that, that's when they put you in state. But like, I've never experienced anything crazy. Like I've never seen anything. Like I've been in jail like a few times. Like I've never experienced anything like crazy. Like it's a bunch of dudes who don't want to be in there, who's stuck in there.
Yeah. Can they smoke down in there in Florida?
I've personally never seen it. Like in the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Like the most I've seen is like dudes make ramen out of hot water.
Yeah. That's the most mofongo here. It's like this Puerto Rican word, and they take ramen and they crush up Doritos and make a burrito out of the ramen and put like hot sauce on it, and it's banging. Like when you're in there, it's so good. Like compared to the other food they have at lunch and dinner time. Yeah,
that food sucks. Like they.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I heard people like, I knew a friend of mine who was in, and they feed you the shitty food, and then he got out, ate a bunch of food, right? Because that's the first thing a lot of people do. They eat like crazy when they get out, and he got sick because I guess he said he was eating that shitty food in the jail.
Yeah,
it probably weakened his. That didn't happen to me. But I kind of was fiending for the oatmeal that they had in there. Like I was kind of like, damn. And they had cream of wheat, And I was like, damn, I'd be out and I'd be like, I kind of want some
That's
ramen and
some
some
mind
cream of
control
wheat.
shit right there.
Yeah, it was mind control. I swear to God, because I was
Yo,
like fiending for that
and
shit. Like,
I've heard people talk about it when they get out like it's the best thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, we used to make these things with, if you had commissary, you can get mac and cheese, and then throw fucking bacon bits. You get a
yeah,
pack of
you
bacon bits,
you could
and then
order
throw,
pepperoni, bacon
yeah,
bits,
and then throw a Slim
fake
Jim
Chef
chopped up in it.
Boyardee.
Throw up some Slim Jim in it. It's the best
Yeah,
thing
Slim
ever.
Jims with the ramen. Yeah, and
I'm
the
like,
Chef Boyardee it comes in a
I was like, that
bag like a
doesn't
Capri
sound. I mean, I
Sun.
guess when you're locked up, I guess that's good, but I was like, that doesn't sound good.
I
No,
couldn't
it's
do it.
not good. But
I couldn't do it. Like
And all these like great things, and it's like, yeah, but you're with a bunch of dudes.
yeah,
I mean,
it's not fun.
you
I
can't
was
look
in
at it
jail
as,
in Philly
you know.
too, Paul. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, you did the one we did. Yeah, the one. It
I
was
was
one
I
of the
was a
first.
fugitive from Connecticut to Pennsylvania.
They wasted their money. They traveled all the way up to Phoenixville,
Yeah, I was in
PA, or
Phoenixville,
down, I should say,
Pennsylvania.
down the. Ugh.
It's where Bam Margera lived. I saw Bam
You
Margera's
know,
old house.
they might as well, if they're gonna do that, they might as well wear clown shoes. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing driving like 3 states for
Dude,
that?
I was so scared when when they came to get like, cause I got settled into the Pennsylvania jail, and I was like, mate, had friends there, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, they're bringing you back up to Hartford to Connecticut, and I was like, damn, and I knew it was worse
It was
back to
probably
where I
worse.
lived, and it was just such a crazy, and the ride was so long, and they went to Burger King and didn't give me any Burger King. I was like, you guys are fucking evil.
That's some fucking shit.
Yeah.
No, we're just gonna let he ain't gonna eat till he gets in there.
You know what they did? They got some mints and they gave me some mints while they were eating the Burger King. It's so evil, right? Like why? And I was like 20. I was like 20. I was like a kid. I was like so young. That's crazy, right?
Well,
In the Pennsylvania jail, you could order
you gotta figure
but
too. You gotta figure people that are cops are doing what they're told. So
yeah, but
that's all they do. That's all they know.
yeah, but
They're doing
they were the people who arrested me.
right.
Yeah,
They're
they were
doing,
like,
they're doing whatever they fucking were taught in this shitty academy. Like they're fucking, cops are what they are.
yeah.
You
But there's cool.
know?
I've also run into cool ones. So like
I don't even
that,
trust a
like,
cool cop.
well, yeah,
You
but
always
I'm
get
saying
like
that
you get
don't
pulled
take your
over. You got
weed.
the two. You got the two. You got the two. The one who's real nice to you, and then the one who's just a dick. I remember the one time I got pulled over. No, I didn't get pulled over. I was like, this is a long time. I was doing like laundry, and I was driving, and my car died in the middle of nowhere, and I didn't have towing, so I had to call the police. I'm like, that's all. Those are the only people I could call. And this car came out, and the one guy was a little bit older, and one was younger. And it was like the old guy, the older one was so suspicious of why I was parked on like my car is dead. Oh, you don't got anything in this car? He looks at my back seat, he sees my clothes. I'm like, yeah, I blocked right down the road's a laundromat. I'm like,
They're like,
and he was
nah,
just
you're
a dick.
homeless. You do math. That's what they're thinking.
He was just real hard for 3 in the morning. It was just like, come on, really? Fucking, what do you think you're gonna find a fucking shotgun in my damn basket of clothes? Like, what
they're
the
taught
fuck?
to profile, man. Everything that they looked at you, that's all that they know. Like when they see your code, like when they see a scenario like that, that's how they're taught. They're like, okay, this guy late at night, clothes in the back of the car, he must be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like they're not taught. Like there's no common sense. Like like I don't want to talk bad about cops, but like the majority of them do that. Like, I remember one time I just left work and I took my shirt off, and it's like I get pulled over like right afterwards. The dude didn't even like, you know what I mean? And then it's like one time like it was like really cold. It was me and a guy I was hanging out with at the time. Like had our hoodies on, so like we're heading to work. So it was like early in the morning. So I guess it looked like we were gonna rob someplace.
Yeah, they're like hooded black guys. Alert! Alert!
Gotta pull them over.
Yeah.
Gotta stop them. So like, yeah, I think that's their number one issue. Like,
even though it's only like 6 in the fucking morning. Yeah, or whatever time it was in the morning. So fuck.
They got a GPS right on the hood when you buy your hoodie. It's got a GPS, and right when you put the hoodie on, you get pulled over. They're like, the hoodie's going up.
yo, when I get pulled over now, I just hand them everything. I don't even like.
Yeah.
Give them time to talk.
That's the day. That's the day they're profiling the type of clothes people wear, so they put tracking devices in them.
Oh yeah, that's coming.
That's coming. I see it.
It's some real conspiracy theory shit. Oh, anything that's too big, just throw a GPS in it.
Dog.
Chip.
This the truth.
Oversized clothes.
That's why they made everybody wear tight clothes, so now nobody can hide guns in their pants. Like,
Yeah.
that's all. It's all. That's what it's all about. Like,
they gave Lil Wayne a few G's, and they were like, "Here, we gotta," or like more money than that. And they're like, they gave him a few pairs of skinny jeans. They're like, "Rock this shit."
yeah, that's all it is. It's like we can't. All these guys with baggy clothes, and we can't determine who has guns and who has not, or whatever they have in their clothes. So it's like now you had Lil Wayne like popularizing like tight pants.
Yeah.
Like, all these people, especially like in the hood, are wearing tight clothes. So
Didn't like Kanye wear a skirt or
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he been rocking the skirt
a while ago? It's like,
yep.
It's a lot of them. A lot of them do it. A lot of them do it.
What about? Have you guys heard Dave Chappelle talk about the people wearing dresses conspiracy theory?
No, I haven't heard that one.
Oh man,
I heard like other people, but I haven't heard his.
apparently he's cloned.
Oh yeah, that's great. I don't believe that. I don't believe he's cloned. I saw
that shit is weird.
Yeah, he's not cloned. That's crazy.
He just didn't want to sell his soul.
He's like maybe, right?
He just didn't want to.
Yeah, that's what I go. I don't rule anything out. I go.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, but yeah, he didn't want to deal with Hollywood, and that's why he bounced.
No, this is what I saw. An interview. I saw this interview that made a lot of sense, and it was he when he when he got that deal, that crazy ass deal for the show, whatever the disagreement was with the executives, they threatened him. And they said and that they're gonna spread all this stuff like he's a crackhead.
Yeah.
This because there was something. It's it's like a big cartel thing, man.
Yeah, he was. Did you see the one where he's saying his dad?
By the time he got back home, it was over. Like by the time he got from that, whatever that meeting was about all that shit. The time he got home, everything was already about to be put in place because he didn't last very long right after he got that deal.
Yeah. Well, think about the coincidence of like they're calling him a drug addict in the media, and he just turned down Chappelle's show, season millions of dollars.
It looks bad.
Yeah. It's
bad. People say it's because of the money, but. I don't buy it. I don't buy that shit.
He says it's a sick environment. Did you see the interview where he's talking about like why is Martin Lawrence running down the street with a gun?
Yeah. It's like even like Hollywood has a crazy history because like back in the day, it's just like all these girls used to come like in different states and want to be actresses.
I'm reading some crazy ass shit. There's this thing. Who is it? Will Smith's son. said he wants to be a woman or something and cut his thing off.
That dude's crazy.
There's some shit.
And
There's
it's
something going on
like
with his son. There's something going on with his son, and people say when you see that with Hollywood people like Will Smith, he's sacrificing his son to be famous.
Oh yeah, I heard about all that sacrifice.
You hear about like stuff like that with different people, and it makes you wonder because, he came out with a movie. I don't know. He's always in movies or whatever, but it was like I don't know, 3-4 years ago, and I was watching something, and it wasn't the #1 movie, and he was doing on some late show, and he was spazzing out because it was like number 4 or 5 or something. He's like, it's not #1. He was like, it looked like he was freaking out in an interview, and so it makes you. I mean, and then he was in some shit recently. I forget what it was, but it just makes you wonder, like,
he's not going.
The whole Bill Cosby thing.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, who knows? I don't know. You know.
What were you saying about the girls becoming the stars? Going to California.
If you ever heard about like the Black Madonna and all that stuff, it's just Hollywood got a dirty history anyway. So it's like,
yeah.
That's why me personally, like, I don't get surprised when I hear these stories about Hollywood, because like if you hear like back in the 50s and like even before then, Hollywood has like people just dying and disappearing. Like even when I heard about Drew Barrymore, like they used to be like, oh yeah, she used to party when she was 8 years old, drinking and stuff. And then in my mind as a kid, I'm like, so this 8-year-old was just drinking and smoking, and there was adults around, and they just thought it was funny, and like
there's so many.
Yeah, and then it's like if you even pay attention to like all the people who's played in like Disney TV shows, the majority of them end up crazy.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen, his dad he was a big Martin Sheen. He was in Apocalypse Now, and he like look at him. He's smoking crack. He's got AIDS.
Charlie Sheen.
AIDS.
I mean,
Britney Spears, Michael Jackson. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah. That's why I'm not like every time I hear like some crazy thing, I never get surprised. It's like when Dave Chappelle was talking about how they want him to put on dresses, and then like, when he said that, I had to sit back and think about like every black actor, and I'm like, wow, like a lot of them has put on dresses.
Yeah,
Wesley Snipes put on a dress to play a role.
It's just like what's his name that makes all those movies where he dresses like a woman.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Yo,
he has to do that.
Yo,
to get his point across.
Let me tell you how easy Tyler Perry. Like, if everybody else like had to be told to join, he was like, "Yo, I want to join." This dude came in the game like, "Look, I'm gonna wear a dress."
He came in
the game.
It's funny.
Came in the game like, "I'm gonna wear a dress. Like, I'll do anything to destroy my community."
You know, I'm confused why would people watch his shitty movies too?
Yo,
like
they love it. People love it. Everyone loves
it.
What is the audience?
It's stupid. The problem is, this is the problem. This is what he gets. This is how he gets a lot of his audience. One, it has Christian undertones, right? So it's like a lot of people who watch his stuff are Christians. So it's like he'll say a few things about the Bible, even though it's like, this, you shouldn't do this. Like, it's like he says like certain like Bible quotes, and then it's like, I'm gonna get my gun, and everybody starts laughing. But it's like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, how do you get Bibles and a gun?
Yeah, exactly.
I think Boondocks did it perfect. Where they like, he was making fun of them.
Boondocks is cool.
It's people who don't know, like they don't pay attention. It's just like he makes you laugh because it's stupid, but it's like
slick.
On a deeper level, like it doesn't help anybody. Because if you watch all his plays, that's why everybody thought he was gay. Because like, one, he's wearing dresses, right? Two, if you watch his plays, like before he became like made movies, all his like men role characters were like 6-packs and big and muscular. So it's like, you telling me you sat down and like cast all these muscular black dudes?
Yeah.
Not gay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, he's dying out. To me personally, I believe he's dying out because people are starting to catch on. But like, I hated him from the beginning, and it was so bad. It was so bad. People will convince you like, why do you hate him? He's hilarious. He makes people laugh. But I'm like, but it's stupid. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be a man and wear a dress to prove a point. Like, why don't you just be a man and prove a point?
And that's kind of the tap dance routine that a lot of these people have to do.
Yeah, they do have to do a
And he
tap dance.
voluntarily did it and keeps doing it.
And see, that's the difference. Dave Chappelle was like, I am not tap dancing at all. Like, cause he's a a stand-up comedian is like a different breed. Like,
that's
like he comes from like looking up to like what's his name that you said earlier to the guy who freebased.
Martin.
Richard, yeah, him too. Richard Pryor.
Oh yeah, Richard Pryor.
Like these are people who are like real people who like they say exactly what's in their soul on stage, like, and then you're gonna try to take a dude like that and make him like a Tyler Perry dude, like that's like, see, Dave Chappelle is funny, like that shit is way more fun, but it makes you think at the same time, like
it's just
Dave
like
Chappelle
I don't know how
definitely
many
makes you
years
think.
ago it was like when Tracy Morgan took that fall.
He's dope too. He's a good dude too.
He's funny. He might be one of the funniest
He's a
people.
boss. You know?
Yeah, he's underrated.
He might be one of the funniest people to go on a stage.
He's underrated.
If you hear about some of the stuff he does, it's hysterical. Like how he'll just like pull his dick out on stage and point at a girl and say something to her, like he's out, but he does some really funny shit, and it's just like he does like shit like that. He's just that, whatever. And then when he did the whole gay thing, and he
wait, what did he do?
When he was like he was on stage. This is when he was on a really big show. He was on what is it called? 30 Rock. And that was like a big.
Oh yeah, I remember when I never watched.
And, he was probably who knows, he was doing stand up forever before that.
Yeah, he'd been around for a while. Like I watched him.
One of his regular routines on stage, but this is now he was famous, so he did a thing about how he didn't want his son to be gay, and people were getting mad about that. Right. So,
who cares if he doesn't want his son to be gay? Yeah. That's his own deal.
Like, the good thing about Tracy Morgan, like after a while, it's like you end up still liking him. Like you can't flip him.
Yeah, you can't hate him.
He tells the truth.
That didn't even bother me though.
Yeah.
That's his act. He just does shit like that all the time. Pulling his belly out on stage, just doing crazy. He's been doing that forever, and then he gets caught doing that shit when he's famous, and
Hollywood is guaranteed like gonna F you up, like it's guaranteed. Like
well, what do you think about Kevin Hart right now?
Yo, like I've watched Kevin Hart for years. Like I knew him from like the beginning, like long. Like I've seen his old movies when he was doing movies with Damon Dash. So like,
well, he comes from a whole the comic scene he comes from is just from like the Boston scene and all those comics from like the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And
he's been like doing his thing.
But the thing with people like him though, like you have people because I know I've been told like stand-up comedian is like one of the worst professions to ever go, like, and it's the hardest thing to do.
I think that too.
Like dudes like that, it's like they've been around for so long, and it's like eventually like you're gonna get them because it's like you're doing the worst job in the world and you want to get out of it, but like
you're becoming a savage. Like you have such thick skin.
Because a lot of stand-up comedians end up dead. A lot of them
on drugs, fucked up. Because think about it. You're like doing open mics for like people who don't even give a fuck. Like when you're coming up, like and you stay doing that for like 10 years before shit even happens. Like you might get $15 spots. Yeah, not getting paid, driving yourself.
It's a tough thing to do. It's considered a low art form. Yeah. That's the other thing, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but that's just some rule. That's like the rawest art form.
As far as show business, because a lot, comedians get in because they want to get in the show business, and that's the way to get
Yeah,
in.
kind of, but a lot of them are like
That's a
just
guaranteed
diehard
check.
stand-ups.
It's a guaranteed check. Like once you have a show, like that's it. You're good. You got to
Right.
You got
The
income.
idea, you get your pilot, and you work, but
A lot of
and
those
then once they get
pilots
famous,
flop, though.
comics don't have small windows when they get famous usually, so. But he's been in I don't even know how many movies he's been in.
No, he's up there. Like he's king right now. Like
he's in everything.
You can't tell me he didn't sell his soul. Like he's king right now. You see him everywhere.
It's like, how do some people stay doing movies for 15 years? And usually comedians, they're that's how you can really, I think, measure the bullshit with all that stuff we were talking about. Like comedians, average when they get into something like a movie deal or something, they're it's either they're gonna be the next Kevin Hart and being a puppet, or they just fall.
Yeah, because Dave Chappelle
kind of set you up like that. They kind of set you up to like, here, you want to like join the real club, and if you don't really play ball, then they're like, okay, go back to the open mic thing.
Yeah, because Dave Chappelle got lucky because Dave Chappelle like did a few movies. Like I thought they were hilarious, but like they never popped off.
You're right.
Like Half Baked.
Yeah, like he did a few other movies. Like I thought they were hilarious. Like
this one with it had a lot of good people in it.
There's this one that I like with Danny DeVito, him.
Yeah,
I forgot the other guy's name, but he's my favorite comedian.
Screwed.
Yeah, like that to me that's one
that
of his
movie
best.
Is good. It has a lot of like known people in that movie, and it never. No one really knows about it.
Yeah, I thought that movie, when I first seen it, I was like, this is hilarious.
That shit is a funny ass movie.
I was rolling.
Dude, he's not even the main character in the movie, but he's in most of the movie pretty much.
To me,
after the
best
first
part,
10 minutes.
Because the thing, like every time like something will go down, he will be the one like, what the fuck?
Because the other dude, Norm Macdonald,
works
for this lady as a butler, and he doesn't get paid a lot of money, and she owns this big company. And then, he figures, he figures out a way to like try to make some money. So Dave Chappelle's like his best friend.
Yeah.
And owns like this chicken wing shop.
Didn't they find out like the like his dad banged the woman, that's why he kept the child or something? I think that's what they found out, right? Like
the movie is I haven't watched it in a while, but I watched it a lot.
I'm gonna watch it. Like I have to watch it again, yo.
That shit is funny.
What is it called?
Screwed.
Oh, I think I might have seen some of it.
It's funny as hell. And then when they get to the part where they meet Danny DeVito,
because they're trying to get dead bodies, right?
That part is so funny. It's like in this underground like cellar thing.
Yeah, I love Danny DeVito.
He's all made up to look creepy, right? Danny DeVito, and just the part where he has his stuff on the shelf that he found in cadavers of dead people.
Yeah, because they needed dead bodies.
That part is fucking hilarious. That part is just funny as hell.
Yeah, I remember towards the end though, he ended up winning because like he ended up being with the rich girl, with that rich old lady towards the end. Whatever. Yeah, I love Danny DeVito. He's to me like he's one of my favorites. I think like when he dies, that's like I'll be the saddest person in the world. Cause
did you used to watch Reno 911 when it was on?
Yeah, I watched that too. I used to watch that heavy. I used to watch that. Classic.
That movie, or not the movie. The show is just.
I've been trying to make beat videos out of it, but I couldn't. I just can't get the right beat. But I love that show. Dad and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sampled a little piece of them talking.
I try to do a video, but freaking YouTube copyright, like I can't get nothing out of that.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah, because I did this Wu-Tang song.
How long have you had your channel?
I had that channel for years, but I probably started putting it
to do it then.
Huh?
You should be allowed to do it.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look because somebody did a video with Ghost in the Shell. I did the same exact video, the same way they edited it. I did the same exact thing, and it was
Because I
banned in America.
basically got the one a beat mix I did like I don't know 2 years ago. That's up. It's all just from the score music of all the Rockies.
Yeah.
And it's clear as day. I'm not hiding anything. Like, and I got a few things about that, but they didn't take it off. I was worried that they were gonna take it off.
No, lately
I
I've
didn't
been noticing
monetize
that.
it or anything. It's just up there. And
I think when you decide like when you want to be a partner with them, I think they stop caring. Cause like before when I wasn't a partner with them, I was getting flagged left and right. But ever since I became a partner with them and monetized and everything, they stopped caring.
Yo, that must be what it is then, right?
it's that, and it's like I guess reputation of some. I guess if you're not like putting up stuff that's like
Clips of other people's music and shit.
Yeah.
that and doing obscene things like showing your ass or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yes,
I had a
there's
video.
like-
I had a video of Pam Grier like showing her titties, and some dipshit flagged me for that. I had it up for years.
What?
Yeah, like it was because when I first started, I used to chop clips of black exploitation vids and just post them.
Yeah,
So
I
if you go,
remember
That
that.
clip, that's probably a really old clip too.
yeah,
They
I
dug
ended up
up from the
deleting it because
70s.
some dick flagged it for being inappropriate. And that was like one of my popular vids. But yeah, like she turns around and takes off her titties, and then like
That's from like isn't that from when she was really young in the 70s
yeah,
when she was in a bunch?
yeah, like I think that was like Foxy Brown. Like yo, she's. If
I
I
was
had to
gonna
go back
say
in time,
yeah, something.
if I had to go back in time, I would definitely go back in time to see Foxy. I mean, to see her career. That's definitely like one of the girls. Like I watch her movies over and over again. 'Cause I'm like, she's amazing.
I gotta.
She's a horrible actress, but like she's a
Those
horrible
movies
actress.
are really good from that era. The movies from that era are really fucking good.
Yeah.
Those kind of movies. Those like Ron Carter, or is it Ron Carter? Not Ron Carter. I'm sorry, Ron O'Neal.
I
A lot of
sound
those fucking old from that like era. Those like crazy like Pam Grier like fucking cutting some guy's throat. Isn't there a movie where she like fucking cut some guy's throat?
I think that I have to watch it because there's this
Isn't there
one
a movie
movie.
where she plays like a fucking hooker or something?
Yeah, like what she does. I think it's the one where her sister's on drugs and she's like on a vendetta killing drug dealers and stuff. And it's like in the beginning of the movie, like she's like a drug addict and like she traps the dude and she shoots him in the head and you see all the blood. Like they show some dope stuff. I think like
Those are some good
yeah.
movies. Oh man.
I've seen some like Japanese pink movies too, where like they're like actually having sex. I'm like they let this play, like and there's some dope movies, Yeah, that I would have to say like when it comes to the '70s and movies, dope era ever.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna have to like repost videos that they flag me and I'm gonna see because somebody did something that I did exactly, and then like I know I got flagged for it, so I gotta check it out. Because to me, it's bullshit. I'm not asking for money, so it's like, why should it be banned?
What happens is what they do. After a while, whoever has the copyright of it, they make money off of your video. So like, cause you're using their automatically, which is fine, right? But they just do it. They automatically send whatever. I don't know how they figure that out. If it's not monetized, even if it's not monetized, they somehow.
There's got to be some software.
It's like they monetize it for the other person, for their copyrights, but not. You know what I mean? They automatically do it. So whatever. I don't know through however they figure that out.
How does God Connect do it?
I don't know. I know I know, like in the beginning when I used to watch him, he used to repost the same video over and over again, and he would try to like he would filter like the video so that because I did that once. There was one where they flagged me in, and I filtered it, and
If
they
you
did
do
it.
an effect or some shit,
Yeah,
right?
I did an effect, and they didn't figure it out. So I think like that's his technique. Like,
Yo, that's it. Cause it's if you I've seen people also they'll put like some other shit like just some like anything before the video starts. Cause like whatever robot or software goes through and checks all the videos, like it
Right.
looks at only like the beginning. So if you just do something in the beginning,
yeah, I still can't figure it out because I've made a
They still
video
find
edit.
stuff that's in the middle of it too. That's what's crazy. I used to think that too, just like in the beginning. They do find stuff that's like in the middle.
well, that might be because someone noticed it though. I think
And
someone
I
might have
remember
flagged it.
like when I first used to just do podcasts by myself, how whenever that was, and I used to play music in the
Yeah.
background like a
Yeah.
vinyl. They used to. I was like, how are they? They used to. I used to get I guess flagged or whatever for that shit.
Yeah, a lot of people I used to follow,
That's
they would just
crazy.
play the record. They would play the record. Like it wouldn't even be like the record. They're just standing there on the keyboard playing the record.
And I would
Yeah.
Like they
be
disappear.
I'd be talking about the record too. So I'd be like, well, I'm not.
I don't know. I think you have to shake
In a
somebody's
way,
hand.
people know about whatever while I'm babbling, but like I just didn't get. I was like, it's just like if I don't know.
You know
I
what?
guess
Also, well, you know the fair use thing.
I think so. Yeah.
It's called fair use. Like it's like a law you could use if it's for like educational. Cause that all right, you know like those crate digger YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always in the description have fair. It says fair use notice. Like
But I heard that doesn't work.
I know, but then they have their channels though, so they must be unless they go and talk to
I'm
shake
telling
someone.
you, yo, they're shaking somebody's hand.
Yeah. There's some YouTube unicorn you go meet in the woods.
Like, look, bro, just okay. Cause I don't get it. Sometimes, like, I did a video edit with Zatoichi, chopped it up and everything, flagged me. I put a screen over it, flagged me, right? And then like I'm just at work, like flipping through my channels. Somebody got the whole movie, like 5 or 6 of his whole movies playing. I'm like, how did you do that? And I can't even chop it up,
Yeah.
make a video edit out of it. Like I still don't understand it. Like I've been in YouTube where I go down the hole and like there's like full movies in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot
It'll
less
be on there
full-
for a long ass time too.
You
And
know
no
what
one
though?
will take
There's
it
a
down.
lot less full movies than there used to be. Like 3, 4
Yeah,
years.
there used to be tons. You
There
could
used
watch.
to be a lot. Right. I used to watch full movies on a lot. I just whatever. I just used to watch. There was a ton. And now you can't watch. It's hard to find. Though
Yeah.
a lot of times you'll find videos that lead you to other websites or something.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what I've been finding too. A lot of times too that I noticed, like a lot of dudes will put it in a different language, and then that's how you
Yeah.
find the
Yeah,
movie.
you get lucky with that. Yeah, I found a couple like that too.
I remember one time I found this Malcolm X video. I seen it already, but I watched it again because I thought it would have been something different. I swear to God, it was like some terrorist invitation video.
What?
Yeah.
Because it was like this regular Malcolm X documentary, and then it chopped off, and it was like ah, la 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 la, like shooting AKs,
Damn.
and I was
What the
like,
hell?
yo, I stopped watching it. I'm like, I can't watch this no more.
Yeah.
It tripped me out. I was like, yo, I'm done with this. I can't do this.
Yo, I'd be bugged. I'd be like, yo, the fucking FBI is coming to my house.
That's exactly
right
what I
now.
thought. I'm like, I can't watch this. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm just gonna go back to reading books. Like I can't do this.
Yeah, I would be I'd be like after that, I'd go like type in like the national anthem or something and listen to that just so like they don't come get me.
Yeah, so I was paranoid for a minute. I'm like, I'm not watching any more documentaries. Like, I went down.
Yeah, that will fuck with you after a while. Like, if you watch like those Zeitgeist fucking ones, those really they're fucking just. It's sometimes just too much.
Yes, that guys trip me out. Zeitgeist.
Yo, let me say something. Those are the wrong videos to watch when you're high.
For real, I watched that video. I watched that
Yo,
entire video, and they were talking about all corruption and all this and stuff. And then towards the end, they're teaching you, go buy gold bonds. Buying gold is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, what was the point of me all this? Now you're telling me to buy gold.
They're just trying to scare you into buying gold from them.
How bullshit! No, that's actually what you should do. I mean,
paper money.
Really
like you're supposed to be buying gold. Like
you're supposed to be buying gems and shit.
Yeah, paper money is like the
money is really worthless. There's no value to money.
It's made up.
How like the whole idea of money. There's the one where like the whole idea of money, where that came from, and how that's all bullshit, and like basically there's only a few people who operate that.
The Federal Reserve and the Rothschilds.
Yeah. Because basically money is just to shut you up. It's to make more people feel like they have something.
Yeah.
But in reality, you just have a piece of paper. Like
it's not real wealth. Like real
you don't have any land. You don't have any gold.
Yeah.
You don't have any resources. You don't have any.
Right. Just you know.
It's like monopoly money for the poor people. It's
you really.
It's like here you can go to the bodega and buy cigarettes and kill yourself with this.
Yeah, like the fact that the government can make the money high or low. Like when I found out, because my parents are from Haiti, so like at a time, Haiti's dollar was the same as American dollar, even though it was still a third world country. Then I found out like any country could like raise their money high or low. So then it's like, so you tell me this is just bullshit then? Like,
yeah, they're just like shift the levers and it goes like I remember Canada their dollar was stronger, then it switches and like who the fuck is controlling that? Like how does that even work? Like that makes no sense to me. Like why can't it be always worth the same? Like
inflation is the most bullshit thing in the world, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they survive off all our debt. So that's how everything keeps running, really.
Yeah, but the debt is fake too. That's just another thing to hold over your head to be like, we're in debt.
Well,
so,
that's how everything stays going. Really, is everyone's debt, whether it's credit card debt or school debt. Like if you have a school debt, that's keeping college running.
Yeah.
Like. Really.
But that's an evil thing to invent. Like that's how that's the whole thing. Like they're like, first of all, they make you feel like you'll be happy when ... Like you'll be happy when you grad. So then you're feeling like I gotta get to this next step, whatever it is, and then they're like, but you don't have enough money. But guess what? We can loan you some. Like we can give you a credit card.
Give you all this shit.
You really shouldn't be getting in over your head because you can't afford this. But we'll look out for you because we.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I went to a private school.
And really, you think about it at the end of the day, and I was thinking about this the other day, man. You're really probably borrowing from some cartel.
Oh, the cartel that runs all the other.
Really?
Yeah, it's
really
all.
That's what I think.
The drug money is all mixed into the political money. It's all the same money. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just ones and zero. It's just zeros on a computer. Like that's the crazy part. It's not even real, like anything. Now it used to be paper. Now it's becoming just zeros on a computer.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. That's why the whole idea of money is just like
it's bullshit.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. That's why, like, since I was a kid, I heard like, oh, money's gonna be in cards, and now you have the debit card. So it's like, it's bullshit. Now when you get paid, it's just a number that falls inside your account. Like,
value as far as a number. That's it.
Yeah.
Whatever that's how you're valued. So if you make no money a year, you're a piece of shit.
Basically.
It's a number scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just sit back and make beats.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good alternative, right? To not having anything to do, like making beats. Like, I wonder why more people don't do it so much,
What's
or at
that?
least do some like I feel don't Don't you guys kind of feel bad for people that don't have hobbies? You know what I mean? Like I always kind of was like, oh, you only play Xbox?
Not
Like,
even. Well, I don't consider that a hobby. Yeah, that's not a hobby. People consider gaming.
well, if you're really into it like that, I guess it's.
If they're playing first-person shooter, it's not a hobby. But if you're like into Tomb Raider and like other games,
yeah.
like come talk to me, because that's I'm from that era. It's like I'll play anything. Like that first-person shooter is fun after a while, but like it gets tiring.
It doesn't matter. I can't play those shits anyway.
It sucks. It sucks because like the older you get, the younger the players are who's kicking your ass like every time.
No, like I used to try to play. I don't know, my eyes. I don't know what it is. I get like.
It's from looking at your ASR 10 mini screen for so long.
You know what I mean? It's fucking with my eyes. I'm too old.
Yeah,
At least you're not what they say you are when you play too many video games. Like you're some maniac killer. Like, you play too much video games.
That's bullshit too, though. I mean,
no, that is very bullshit. Anybody who brings that up, I shut them up. Because I played all my life. I played Grand Theft Auto, like one of my favorite games of all time, and I've never had the urge to drive around and shoot them.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna do that, you were already gonna do that before.
Yeah, exactly.
When I was like in, I think it was elementary school, middle school. That's when like Mortal Kombat was real big, and it's like kids that are fucking into Mortal Kombat are tearing people's fucking spines out.
Yeah, I've never teared anyone's spine out.
Or or like, I don't know, whatever. What was the show back then? The show besides Mortal Kombat, then the show was like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
The kids that were watching it were apparently setting themselves on fire.
It was always.
Well, because there's always some asshole kid who does that, no matter what. So.
And they'll blame it on the TV show. That's their cop out. They're like, oh,
yeah, that is the cop out.
I did it because I saw it on TV, and then some politician hears about it, and then that's their campaign the whole way through.
Yeah. Especially in the 90s, that they were all about that shit.
That's why, like, I laugh at people, cause like, especially like Bill Cosby, because like back in the day, he used to smash hip hop, how bad it was, and it's not music.
Yeah.
My stepfather used to come back. I was like, oh, it's not music, and then now I make fun of him because it's like now you need us the most, and we're the one bashing you. We're the one bashing you the hardest.
That's the generation that's supporting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Cosby
that's the
fucked up.
That's fucking supporting your ass. Like,
I tell people that all the time. It's like, even if he did it or didn't do it, the people he needed the most are the ones making fun of him because of what he did in the past. Like, he used to bash hip hop so bad, and like that's the peer group who watched shows.
It's funny. Because you know all the shit that's going on with him right now. I seen this or listened to this clip. And it was Richard Pryor's his ex-wife that like took care of him. The one that I don't know her name, but
the white chick, right?
Huh?
The white chick.
Yeah, the one that had his back, forever. And when he ended up in a wheelchair, she took care of him and stuff. And she said something about Bill Cosby. She was on this radio show and said basically like he's the most judgmental person you will ever meet. Like he used to
tell comedians that they're foolish for that they should do clean comedy.
Not even just that. Like he'll just like him and and he was notorious for fucking everything that walked. I guess back in the day.
That's why I was never surprised. I'm like, oh, he got all these red charges, but it's like if you paid attention to Bill Cosby, he was always on the news for that. Even like people are always talking about how he was having sex with the character. Like people are always saying that. So it's like it's crazy what's going on with him right now. And like
it makes sense though, right?
But it's like even though it's
it's the perfect time to get him too because he's so old. And it just the vision of him, the still pictures of him being old, it just looks creepy.
Yeah, like it does look creepy as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? It looks creepy. So people are like, oh yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Me personally, I think it's hilarious because it's like I've like Dick Gregory, like he used to work with him, and he even said himself like that dude sold his soul a long time ago. Like he been like shook hands with other people. So like
Right.
that's why like I just laugh. I'm like, you got what's coming to you. Like these
Yep.
people you shake your hands with, you think they're gonna take care of you forever, and like
Then
you
they
do
throw
something.
you out.
Yeah, you do something that they don't like they're gonna just throw you out and bash you.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He's not gonna go broke because he's worth a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
He's worth.
they play his show like over and over and over. So
He could stay quiet for the rest of his life.
He's good.
He's
Yeah.
fine. He's worth
Yeah.
over $500,000. They're not gonna get all his money.
Yeah, people are just mad because of his legacy, but I'm like, this dude's still rich. Like,
In
Yeah.
the sense,
still rich.
no matter how tarnished his reputation is, he's basically a corporation.
Yeah,
He's like almost half a billion is his worth, I think.
but
There.
his problem was like he would never work with other people. Like he would never work with other black people. So it's like
Yeah.
always his
Yeah.
own.
He
I'm
never
a-
supported. He never was in like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, he told Eddie Murphy that he shouldn't swear. And then look at how
Like, did
funny
you ever
it turns
see?
out.
You ever see the old stand-up Raw, where he talks about Bill Cosby and he does
I
the
have to watch
imitation,
that.
and it's
That's
like
that part.
that shit is like the funniest thing ever. He does the best imitation of him.
Yeah,
But
he
it's a
probably
story about
lights
how
him up.
he called Eddie Murphy and fucking chastised him about
Good.
his act.
Yeah, that's why like with me, like when people bring it up, I'm like, I don't care because like you deserved it.
I
Yeah.
don't either. It doesn't. It's whatever.
I just keep it as is. That's why like I tell people, I'm like, you can't like get all hyped up with these people when they see stuff on TV because like back in the day when they used to bash hip hop, they used to bash the good hip hop, and like when Little John came out, not one politician came out and said anything.
Yeah.
Played
I
parts of
know,
their
isn't that
agenda.
crazy?
Yeah, like it played
That's
parts
why
of their
it's funny.
agenda.
I mean,
Yeah.
I watch movies just like anybody else, I guess, but I'm not a movie buff, and I don't understand people like there's people that are just, that's their thing. Like you're saying how, you feel bad for people who have hobbies or don't have hobbies, and it's just like I don't understand movie buffs. 'Cause I look at Hollywood. I mean, I watch movies, but I look at like,
It's not important information to keep in your head.
no,
Yeah, it is garbage.
look at it like, oh, he sold out. That's why he's in all these movies.
Yeah.
How can Will Smith be relevant for fucking 20 years? There's nobody on the planet Earth that who's that talented?
Just on your own momentum, like he's got a machine behind him.
The most talented people on the planet lose momentum at some point. I mean, back to stand-up comedy, George Carlin got hacky before he died. His shit
Yeah, he
was
was
real
probably
sing
just really old and stoned and shit.
Like the one he came out before he died is called you and even the titles of his stand-up was just awful. The one was called You Are Diseased. And
Yeah, I
you
don't
listen to
remember.
that.
Latest.
If you watch that, man, it's just all hacky jokes. It's just all just bad material. And he's just trying to be relevant and trying to be hip.
Oh, well, you always fuck up if you try to be relevant and hip. You gotta just.
And that
do
doesn't
what you
mean
do.
he's not what he is. It's just he became hacky at the end. That happens to a lot of people. So to be relevant for 20 years and be in everything, that doesn't make any sense.
That's the truth.
Yeah, like Will Smith is really talented though and stuff. Like he probably like if you like these people like you probably like if you did get around him, you'd be like, oh okay, I kind of get it. Like you kind of have like this.
I honestly
charisma
don't
or
think so. I think it's bullshit.
But I could go with what you're saying too at the same time, because I don't know.
Right.
I never met him. You know what I mean?
No,
it could
but
just be
it's
like a
like-
whole fake show.
Nobody's that special. It's just
Yeah,
like
I mean, but it's not that the person is special. It's like some people like they open themselves up to something and something comes through them. It's not the person. It's like shit goes through you, like all the old '70s music and shit. like just Jimi Hendrix, like that shit is crazy. Like shit like that. He did acid and just like shit from the universe like poured into him and came out. Like people like that are crazy. What about that jazz guy that's like that? What's his name? Sun Ra? That
Yeah,
dude's crazy.
that dude was crazy. I seen some of his clips. I'm like, this dude was wild.
Yeah, he's got like the Egyptian headset on, and he's like doing 360s on the keyboard. Like he's like spinning around and like playing the
His
keyboard.
movies, his movies are pretty dope though. Like they have some deep messages. If you pay attention, like I seen one. If you pay attention to it, like it has like a deep meaning to it. But if like you just watch it without understanding, it's just some weird stuff like outer space, Egyptian.
It's like metaphysical stuff.
Yeah, like he definitely understands like the when it comes to music, like he definitely has like some type of understanding of like how this works. In a way.
It's like a radio. Like he's like a radio, and he tunes into something, and he gets a message, and it just goes through him.
Yeah, he trips me out too.
It's like when you make something hot, and you're like, and then you're done, and you're like, you feel like you weren't there. Like the beat's done, and then you're like, oh shit, this is hot. Like, and you kind of feel like you weren't even paying attention. Like you're just flowing. Sometimes, like I feel like that, Like
I know.
like it just
The one time
everything is working and coming together, and you don't have to think about it.
you're in
Like,
the kind of zone.
yeah, it's like
I
basketball.
love those days.
Sports people get it too. Like when you're in the
Yeah.
zone. Like,
I mean, just everything is working, everything's clicking right.
yeah.
And then there's days you can't find you can't make shit. And
I just
learned to walk away, walk out of the room, shut everything off right away.
Yep.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I
you got a bad connection. That's all.
Yeah. Sometimes like
Back when I was younger, I used to try to you ever try to force it.
Yeah, that's why I've done that a lot growing up.
You gotta.
Yeah, I've had times where I made like 5-6 beats and they're trash.
Yeah.
They're trash, and then like I just have to turn everything off and not go back and watch anime for a while. And those same 6 trash beats, I go back to them, and it's like, oh, okay, I remember what I felt when I heard this. Okay, move that around and fix that and do this, and it's like you.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll listen to a sample and I'll use it and I'll like what I did with it, and then I'll think about that damn sample for like a week before I go back to it. I'll just be like, all right, how come I couldn't fucking make anything with that damn thing? That's ridiculous. And then I'll be.
What you're saying? If the sample's hot,
right?
Yeah, it's kind of intimidating when it's really dope.
I go, damn, exactly. I go, damn, what the fuck am I gonna do with that? And then I'll try something quick, and it doesn't work, and I'm like, I'm gonna come back to this like a week. Right, and I'll sit there and I'll be at work thinking about that shit. How the fuck am I gonna arrange this fucking shit?
Yo, Doobie, where do you work? What do? You work at night, right?
Yeah, I work at a hospital.
Oh yeah, you told me.
Nurse aide.
I don't know. One time, me and Pete were talking about about just rapping, and I basically fucking pissed all over rapping. Not that I don't listen to anybody who raps, but it's just like.
I think you listen to even more rap than me, though.
I do. So that's the thing.
Dude, I listen to weird fucking music. Like, if you
like, I just can't stand it. I just think it's all bullshit.
I think
it's not even that it's not like deep knowledge 90s Nas Illmatic. To me, it's just
but the thing is,
boring.
At the end of the day, with rapping, all those guys going back 20, 25 years, they're all taking something from somebody else, but then people say that about beat making too, about sampling, but
everything
it's always taken from somebody else.
It's a circle, but like rapping has a history from like blues, jazz, and
Yeah,
Right.
I've told people in the past too, like rapping also comes off from reggae. It's just
oh,
it's
Right.
just
such a
like
beautiful
Toasting.
mix.
Right.
it's
From
just
fucking
like
toasting.
it's a bunch of poor people telling their story, and it's like now they have something. It's like spoken word. Like a guy stands up and he talks.
Yeah.
But now when you rap, it's like this guy says it over music. So it's like,
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like, I love rapping. Like, I love it. Like, like I don't listen to the stuff on
Right.
the radio. Like,
I have a love-hate relationship with it, but it's just like,
Yeah, that's how I feel too. It's like,
and it's just like, oh God. And then now, and then you see people, like Harris One right now is just being exposed. He's the wounds opening,
why? What happened with him?
and it's just now people are throwing salt in the wound.
What's wrong with KRS-One?
Well, it just makes you think about a lot of shit. Um, like about how he talks, and he talks about the first of this, and this happened when, and the gang all put down their fucking flags, and this happened. He got a lot, like there's a lot of shit going on because he talks about an era in certain songs that he wasn't even a part of, that he was too young for. Um,
What
which
era is
was
that? Like
this is
1970?
this is how like basically this spun a lot of what started with DJing and hip hop and all that. And he got a lot of, he wasn't even living, like he wasn't even around during like the gangs when they were serious, I guess, in
but
New
he's
York.
good at telling the story though.
Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable. And it just comes off like and then he talks about just all these things like, oh, you know, who is it? That he said whoever invented the mixer, which is I guess BS. And then he goes on, Grandmaster Flash. He said he I guess invented the mixer, which is a lie. But Grandmaster Flash has never said. I guess I don't know. I was getting into all this stuff, looking up all this stuff, and then there was a clip recently of KRS-One on stage doing a stage show, and he's dissing a fan who gets up and tries to rap, and he says something,
But
and then he
he's
does
like,
another show.
yeah. The problem with
But
KRS
he's
One though,
dissing.
he's from an era where like people like that type of music. Nowadays, kids don't care for that. Like, it's not that kids don't
Well,
care for it, but it's just like he's not appealing to this generation. So it's like,
Yeah,
not even just
exactly.
that. He's
You
just
can't
being
even blame the
exposed.
kids.
yeah.
He's just being exposed right now.
Yeah, but that's
He's
kind of
just
like his own person. That's like, see, that's another crazy thing about rap music. Like it's so much different than other music in the sense that like his shit could be dope, but he could have some shit in the streets, and then everyone's like he's whack now. But what is that? Like, why can't he still be dope? You know what I mean?
Because the
because in
people
this
control it.
situation, he's talking about an era he didn't even live in.
Yeah,
Is
but
what
what
I'm
if the
saying. Like,
music is
if you
hot?
listen to his music, if you listen, he'll talk about when this happened, when this started, but he wasn't old enough to
I
even
don't
be
know. To me,
part
that
of. No,
doesn't
he's
like.
not.
If he
He's
tells
about
the
a
story
decade late.
good, that's all that matters. Like, to me, I don't care because like I'm from the South, so it's like a lot of people who make music, a lot of South rappers. That's what they do. Like, they tell a lot of stories, but they weren't
Hmm.
really a part of it.
Yeah, that's Nas too. Like all the
Okay,
Illmatic stories.
okay, what about
Yeah.
you telling shit, but it maybe facts are wrong or something like that.
Now you just need to stop. Now, if you telling like false information, like, yeah, it's like stop, because
Yeah, that's different.
that's probably why he's getting flagged, because it's like
That's
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. He's getting like, like original members of like the fucking Spades in like the 70s are speaking out
he's,
that he
he's
wasn't
probably
even there.
he's probably getting Alzheimer's and no one's noticed yet. He's just
No, on a big scale, no. No, you're right. No one gives a
Huh.
shit. No one gives a shit. You're right.
because the dude,
That's the way it's gonna be.
because I've listened to like his interviews, and like he gets really deep, and he's read a lot of books, And
Yeah.
like a lot of people like that who's like super intelligent get lost, and it's like he's probably like, I could be wrong, and he's probably just saying a bunch of stuff, but he's
Yeah.
probably like
I
going
just think
crazy
it's
and no one's
funny.
realizing.
But then you go down the line about all these they're all. It's just they're all. I don't know.
I'm telling you, when they say this dude got Alzheimer's, it's gonna explain everything.
Yeah, I know. And you know what's crazy?
He's a dope rapper, so no one's gonna notice. It's like
He is.
you put him behind, like he's like, let's go to the studio, KRS-One. He's probably
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, right.
thinking about the
I mean, nowadays, it got to a point. I got to a point where I'm just not really a big fan of anybody as far as rapping.
There's nothing wrong with that. There was like, I'm from
You know
the
what I
era,
mean?
I'm from the era, right? Like, you know Belly, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Nas and DMX.
Yeah,
Classic.
okay, go ahead. Keep going.
I'm from that. I'm from the
No.
era. Like, I down in my heart truly believe, right? After 1999, there's never been like any good I could be wrong. I have to sit back and think about it. There's never been any good urban music. You could say the same thing with not urban music, urban movies. You could say the same thing with hip hop. Like I'm from the era. Like I didn't start listening to hip hop until like high school, right? I started listening to hip hop because of Nas, but like
Yeah,
there was no internet. So you know what I'm saying? I heard his song. That's when like MTV played videos.
Yeah, I had
It was
the
like,
tape.
Right.
yeah, you heard.
I know
I heard-
exactly.
I heard If I Ruled the World, and when I heard that song, like I never heard it again, and I'm like, this is great. What is this?
Yeah.
It's pop.
Right.
I want more of it. You know what I mean? So
I
like,
remember when that first came out too.
Yeah.
I remember I was in middle school when that first came out.
yeah,
and it was just
I
like
think I was in like middle school when I heard it, and then it's like,
that
so
was
I heard
like I was
that.
like I was in sixth grade when that came out, and that
So I
shit
heard
just like
it blew my mind. I'm like, because at that
Yeah.
time I was like depressed and it was like rough. And then like when I heard that song, I'm like, I can't wait. Like I want to be free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, because that's the kind of shit. That's what it was on that kind of shit. It was just like, you know, that's what he was rapping about at that time, and
so yeah,
it was
that's what it
It
was
was just
about.
that
So
when that came out, every car was playing that fucking song.
yeah, and my brothers, they're from New York.
That was the song that was being played all over the fucking place. I remember.
My brothers are from New York, so like I grew up on like Wu-Tang. Anybody from up north, I grew up on. So I wasn't really hip to like these down south rappers. So then as I started going to high school, internet's coming in. It's like you have Cash Money, Lil Wayne, and like these are the dudes I'm listening to. Like these are the dudes I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's where I think that in my mind this is what I think is hip hop. I know Nas exists, I know Wu-Tang exists, but this is what I hear constantly on a constant basis. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the people who control the music are the young dumb kids who don't get it.
That was your pretty much.
So it's like because there was a time I was listening to like Little John, Little Scrappy, all these dudes, and then it's like after a while I'm hearing the same thing over and over again, and it's like I need to listen to I got tired of hip hop, so I started listening to reggae. I was on a reggae binge for years.
Yeah, I had a deep ass reggae phase.
Like I was going out to reggae clubs, hanging out with Jamaicans. They thought the Jamaicans were making the mixtapes that I was making. Like,
Damn.
Yeah, they used to make fun of me, like, cause I have a Haitian background, so they used to make fun of me, like, oh, you want to be Jamaican? But it's like, I love the music so much. Like to me, that was hip hop. It's poor people, it's oppressed people telling a story behind music. And
which can be so powerful.
Yeah, to me, reggae, like the reggae I was listening to at that time, like it never changed. Like that's what it was doing. It was telling a story. It was these people were expressing themselves and like. None of them were selling their souls, like per se. Like they weren't talking about money. They weren't talking about like all these things that you hear on the radio. So like that was my binge. I think I started listening to hip hop when I heard Currency. You know who Currency is?
Yeah, I know.
I heard like
Pilot on the mixtapes.
Yeah, Pilot Talk.
Mixtapes.
Pilot Talk 2. Like I was in my truck smoking weed, dozed off. And all I heard was Michael Knight. When I heard that track, I was like, this is the best thing ever. I think like Raekwon was in it and everything. And then it's like, that's when I started getting into like J. Cole and I heard Kendrick. like you know, like if you go around, you'll find dudes who's like who appeal to that '90s style, and like, if you sit around and listen to the radio, it's a rap. Like you're gonna get lost.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You know, me, I'm not even looking for, as far as rapping, it's just I'm not even looking for anything. I mean, like it's just I don't know. I mean, and I tell other people that I know, they're like, "Who you listen?" I'm like, I'm really not listening to anybody. But I think this is my thing. This is my thought on that, because you two make beats. I think that has something to do with it. I think that has a lot to do with it, with me, anyways. As far as
What with why we don't how we think about it?
and especially as you get older, you just and then if I say that, it makes me sound like I don't listen to, I'm not in. I just tune all music out, and that's not the case. But regular people, that you talk to whenever that's how they interpret it. Oh, you're just being cynical, but
Hmm.
it's just I don't know. Like I don't. I mean, sometimes I'll listen to something to get inspired to make beats, but I mean, I'm not really. I don't know, because
No,
like
that's
when I
smart.
was younger, hip hop was just a big. That was just my influence. That was it.
Yeah.
There was for me, like in middle school, especially when it got to a certain point in high school. But then I got older, and I don't know. I mean, I don't
I
really.
don't blame you, cause like a lot of there's like as far as like the hip hop that was back in the day and like the people that's out now doing the same thing, there's like a handful of them. So it's like there's no reason. And like when I make beats, like I don't think about like who's gonna rap on it. Like I just make beats
Yeah.
Exactly.
put myself in like
Right.
the world, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I just seen this movie and this beat will go perfect with that.
Yeah,
Right.
movies make me
I
want to
mean,
do it
I'll
more
tell you
than
what though. On the flip side of that, I would love to work with another rapper, do a
I've
whole
done
thing,
that
or
locally, and
you know,
it's never been that much fun.
it's hard
well,
because
it's
they
hard. It's tough because and then I sound like a fucking I have my nose in the air. But I want to work with someone who's has some
Some
ability.
funk,
You know,
some funk.
you,
that's
you
one in a
know.
million though, man. Like
Yeah, that's true.
gotta find like some high school, some like middle school kid who's like in love with rap and like he's on beat. Because by the time he reaches like 20 something, then he's gonna be like this perfect molded rapper. But like,
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to Lil Wayne.
yeah, like
He
a
Yeah.
grew
lot of
up.
them, like Nas, he was rapping as a kid.
Yeah,
Like a lot of the really good ones, they've been doing it since like childhood. Like there's like a
Yeah.
very like Action Bronson said he just started. But it's like even him, like you've been listening to hip hop
you've
and you
been
know,
list. That's the
yeah,
thing.
like you know the
He grew
history,
up
Well,
on
like
it.
you know
I
the
think
whole
I think
thing.
his career might be over though.
Yeah, because the Raekwon thing. That is
Yeah,
kind of embarrassing
but
how much he
I think
sounds
as a
like it.
chef though, he's milking it though.
Yeah,
Oh
he is.
yeah, but a
He
lot
is
of that,
making
that has
money.
a lot to do with that people don't really think about. His management team who put him on, and that's Eminem. And I'm not a fan of
Oh, really?
Eminem. I'm just saying that's who his management team put Action Bronson on,
I didn't know
and
that.
that's how he ended up
Yeah, me
catapult.
neither.
I mean, he's not super famous, but
Within
he's
the indie world, he's super
Yeah,
famous.
he's like in the middle. You know what
underground
I mean?
king.
Yeah. What do
You
you
know,
guys like Evidence and Alchemist?
I love Alchemist.
Yeah, like Alchemist beats are
Alchemist is like
fire.
king.
Yeah.
He's a guy I could listen to him all the time.
He seems like a nice dude too, right?
Yeah. He's like one of the dudes I want to make beats with. Like he seems like he's like I could work with you type. Like
They're on like that Cali legal weed chill,
Well,
you know.
he
They
just as far
There's a
as him
different vibe out
what he
there.
does, he hasn't fallen off as far as
no, that's true too.
Yeah, he's worked
he has
with.
not
He's
fallen
been
off.
consistently with Mobb Deep and all those other type
It's
of
not even
dudes.
just who he works; it's just how he makes his
His
beats.
production is still like number one. Like he's still
And the thing is, like, he went through an era where this was like the mid 2000s, where he was chopping up stuff a certain way on purpose. I swear to God, and using minimal drums. Kind of, it was like how he was like, look how easy this is. Like not cocky, but
He did
like
Jadakiss beats, all types of shit.
it was just like he was just going, yeah, this is how you fucking do it.
But he has
You know?
like he's like RZA and like and like I put him in the same category as like Jay Dilla, RZA, because like they have like this connection or something, and it's like they understand like you give him anything and he'll probably like make magic out of it.
Yeah. What do you guys like Madlib? I think
Yeah.
Madlib's
Oh
good.
I talk
yeah,
about Madlib a lot.
And Quasimodo.
I love his work. Like I think when him and Freddie Gibbs come together, I think they make like
Oh
magic.
God,
I
I've
think
heard
they make magic.
Yeah, that's good, right?
videos
I
that they
like that.
do, man. That shit is just. That's what I'm talking. That stuff is something else. Like he did. There's a couple of videos I seen that he did. Freddie, those are on some. Those are something, man.
Yeah,
They really are.
I like Freddie Gibbs. Like I like the stuff he puts out. But when he works with Madlib, I'm like those. Like you should never fall out. Like if you want to continue making money, like you and Madlib could like make tons of money
Yeah.
together.
Madlib is just turning into a musician, man. He really is. When you see
He
what
makes
what
jazz.
he just does so much, and it's just like, why isn't he like? I just go. He has a nice following. He has a lot of people.
But
know
he's
who he is.
getting big though. Like this whole beat scene is getting huge. Like it was crazy
Yeah.
to me when I got involved in it. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, you
guys were talking about.
that you got in the middle. You got into the middle of the belly of the beast, man.
Yeah,
It just, man.
that's why like I can't wait when I move out of here. Like I want to start something in Georgia. Like I'm because I can't fly to California and it's like get involved with that stuff. So like I think like in Georgia there's a lot more people like that.
Yeah,
Where
you can make a
somebody's
little scene there.
yeah. So if somebody's out there like get something going, and it's because I've seen this statistic lately like people are buying more old records than they've ever been.
Well,
Yeah, and cassettes.
right. We were talking about that. The last one we did about the
Yeah,
whole
you guys
cassette
been
scene.
talking about that a couple of times, and I've been wanting to do it. I've been wanting to do it, but it's just like I think like I have to sit down to make an album. Man, I tried one time, and it's just like it takes a lot. It takes a lot. Like I have to really sit down, and then every time I make a beat, I want to put it out. I never like sat down and like I'm gonna keep this in the vault, and then I'll put it out all together.
The only way I would do it is if I knew I had enough people following me.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, I'm the same way.
And I don't, so I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
but
do it.
you guys gotta put put the albums out too.
Right.
It's like it's 20, like just put it. That's what I did.
Honestly, what I want to start
and
doing,
then I
wanna start
started
doing
getting a
videos.
following.
Like I want to get some video equipment. I want to start doing videos.
Yeah, me too. I want to step that up. My videos are whack.
Man, your videos are dope. Don't ever say
No, your videos are fine.
your videos are dope. Somebody
Like
made a
my
video out of one of
videos.
your songs. Like I seen that recently.
What happened?
Somebody made a video out of one of your songs. I just seen that recently.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Yeah.
people have done that like throughout the years. I'll randomly see like one of my beats and someone made a video. But yeah, I didn't know anyone did it recently. That's crazy. Yeah, I want to do a cassette next.
Yeah, I want to do the cassette thing too, but I'm the same way. Like I feel like if I get X amount of followers, then I'll put something out.
Yeah, well, just keep doing your YouTube thing, like, and then we could like do the podcast. That helps too. Like,
Well,
you guys both have SoundClouds, right?
Yeah, I got one.
yeah.
What about a Bandcamp?
I got one, but it's only I have it just to have it when I'm ready to like put something.
Yeah, I feel you. That's what I did too. I just got it and then just chilled like for a minute, like.
I think it's probably like a year since I had it now.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the one
yo,
thing about this-
do like a 5-track EP or something. You know?
That's what I just have to like, cause my main issue, I'll make a beat and then it's like, oh man, I gotta put it out.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard for me to like not make something and then it's like keep it for a minute and then because like I make so many beats I don't want it to get lost.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm
I
now
try to have like a few ready and then like upload. I have like 10 that to upload and then I start making more while I already have those 10, so I always have extras. You know what I mean? Like so you could have like an album that's ready to go.
yeah. That's why I just have to sit down and just because what I did
I just do
recently.
mixes. That's it. That's all I do. And it's all random. Like I just put mixes together of beats and put random stuff in between, and like
Yeah,
at the moment.
I think we just have to like organize ourselves, like, cause I'm
Oh
now
yeah.
I now
Like if
like
I was gonna
started
do,
organizing my equipment.
I mean, if I got to a point where I would actually be able to do a tape of some sort of project like that, yeah, why it definitely would be more um put together. Oh yeah, but you know,
Just gotta
and
do it.
also now, I'm not even at a point where I think I even want to put anything out like that. As far as no way, I don't even. I'm not content where my beats are at anyways. So
You gotta start making some beat vids. Cause I
so
heard some of your stuff; they're pretty dope to me. I like if
I
you
don't
make
know.
some like beat vids.
I don't even listen to my shit.
Yeah,
Like I'll make it. I'll listen to it a couple times. I'm like, all right. I mean, like I don't know. I just go
but
no.
I'm the same way. With like the majority of the stuff that I make, I normally hate it. I'm like, this is stupid, and I'll just put it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of people feel like that when they make shit. I think you overanalyze it, but you don't know it's really good. Like,
Yeah, cause I've seen that. I forgot what it was, but that little documentary about Tribe Called Quest, and
oh yeah.
they said how Q-Tip like he's super like like he
You know
overthinks
what's funny
everything.
about that,
So I
man?
try not to be
yeah,
that way.
I was so big into them.
yeah.
I
Q-Tip
didn't
is
know
just so cool.
I didn't know he was forever. I knew he made beats, but I didn't know he was behind.
Yo, he was the
You
first
know
Jay
who I
Dilla. Like
remember? You
he.
know who I thought was making their beats was the DJ. I just
Oh,
assumed that. Because when you look at the credits, I guarantee you when you look at the credits of the album, it's just credited. It's not like Q-Tip isn't directly credited for he.
yeah. I guess it was like produced by Tribe Called Quest or
Right.
something.
Or
So
Instead of
whatever.
everybody can get a check.
Yeah, exact.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit was fucked up back then, so they didn't, so
They
everyone
didn't
got
really make a
paid.
whole lot of money.
Oh, yeah, what a nightmare.
So
Imagine being
they
famous
go.
like that.
They
So
had
many
such a.
people got screwed. That's crazy. TL's
They
team was broke.
they still have one album on their original deal left.
Oh,
They
really?
never.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah,
thing.
they
You
never.
sign these
They still
deals and you
have that.
have to make albums. Like,
Yeah. But that's the
They.
good thing about this era, man. Like you don't have to sign a contract with nobody.
oh, I love it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love all these mini labels too. Like, that's so cool. Like, there's
What did
so many
I?
like
Oh, what did
mini
I
tape
just see?
labels.
I just saw. What was it? Pete, you probably know this. Stone Throw is, I think, um, they're like merging with somebody. It looked like with Rhyme Sayers, I want to say,
Oh, that would kind of make sense. I know there's some
right? Because
crossover.
there's a project. There's a thing I seen with Aesop Rock and whoever what's his name? Some other guy, homeboy, Sandman.
Sandman? Yeah.
I've heard of him, but I never really listened to him.
Yeah,
But
I
I
heard a
guess
little bit. It was alright. It was kind of
yeah,
cool. Like, I think if I was
but
younger, I'd be more into it.
the fact that they're kind of merging it, I think is that's
Yeah. Well, Stone Still, I think, kind of. I don't know if they're totally independent or they have, like, some sort of distribution deal with a bigger label. I don't know
I
how it
think
works.
they are. They're legitimate. They're I think legitimately an independent label.
Yeah,
And
I know Peanut Butter Wolf talks about how it was hard for so long. They never made any money. Like they just lived at
right.
they did it out of their house for years.
But if you look, man, you look at who's on there, who for years, like
Savages. MF Doom, Madlib, just the whole MF Doom Madlib made the
MF Doom
label.
following is absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
Like people, it's weird. It's crazy how he
because
has a
he's
huge
like a
following.
movie. He takes you into a world. Like
But
it's
he just has
crazy.
a gigantic. He actually has a gigantic following.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
he doesn't. He's not a small market. You know what I mean? And I think he's released over 30 albums.
Yeah, he has all those. Well, he has the
I think
food and like the other one, the some space name or something.
he has over
Planet,
30 albums.
and he has special herbs volumes.
Yeah, a
You
lot of
know,
beat
but
tapes too.
yeah, the yep. Madlib is the king of having mad shit though.
He is.
He's got so much shit.
Yeah. I remember the first time somebody put me on to him. It was funny. I was already like, you ever listen to somebody and not know you're actually listening to him? Like, I heard songs that he did that I didn't know were him, like on mixtapes and shit in the late '90s. But
Yeah, that's
it was
crazy.
either some of it was beats he did, or it was Quasimodo, and I didn't know who the hell Quasimodo was then, with the crazy voice he does on purpose when he raps.
Yeah, he took shrooms and
And
he uses the thing on the
you know what I
404, the
mean?
voice changer.
And then somebody was like, "Oh yeah, that's Madlib." I'm like,
That's
"Oh,
Lord Quas.
yeah." But
Yo, I'm about to go eat some food. You guys want to do this next weekend again? If you guys are free.
Yeah, that's cool.
well, it's good to have a third person.
Yeah, I
I
know.
was
This is
saying
definitely a
when
step
we're doing
up.
this, we're
Thanks for
like, yo, we
coming
need to
on.
always have somebody. There needs to be um more people doing this because there's not a forum for this shit out there.
Yeah, the other beat shows aren't as cool as this.
There's no,
I've
there's
listened,
no,
I've listened to other beat show podcasts, and it's like this sucks. Like,
Yeah, they only talk about like boring shit. Like,
it's just there's not a thing for people who just make beats out there. That's just,
yeah,
you know, if I wasn't using the internet for any of this stuff, I'd have no idea.
you'll be lost. Like, I'm
I
telling you, the
wouldn't know.
internet. Like,
I'd feel like because forever before I was doing anything on the internet, I felt like I was on an island.
yeah.
Like, because everybody I know, they look at you like you're weird and shit. Even if they're doing music, they
They're
look
like,
at you like,
why do you buy those old records?
yeah, why are you using gear? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why do you hate all this other stuff? It's like I never.
Yeah,
it's because you understand the world and you just want to sit back and make beats.
Yeah, pretty much. That's it. At this point, that's it. There's no other thought put into it now.
Trust me, like I get it. Like when
You,
I found like this whole beat making, I'm like I fell in love with it.
it looks like you
yeah.
found you like it looks like you just caught on like when you caught on to it, but there was a lot of pre stuff to it because you thought about it a lot.
Yeah, like all my
And
life
then
when I discovered hip hop, I've always wanted because there's like many of times I've downloaded Fruity like before it came FL Studio. That's why I say Fruity Loops because I've always heard Fruity Loops. I would download it, and then like little bars and like I would just like click them and then press play and then it's like shh. I would know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like I've always wanted to do it, but like someone showed me, and then once they showed me, it's been love ever since.
yeah,
Like I literally just started like making beats. Like I've been doing this for 3 years. I started digging and like I probably got like my recent video. I think that's my first vinyl chop I've ever did. Everything's been digging and like once I caught wind to it and I learned how to do this, it's been love ever since. Like I just can't stop. Like
Yeah, it's so
stop.
fun.
I
and
can't.
then
Stop.
there's people that I knew that made beats and shit that go like about sampling and about it being limited and shit. It's just like you could sample from anything.
Yeah, I don't think it's limited either. I don't think it's limited.
No.
It's how
No,
you
you
do
can sample whatever. You can sample whatever you want.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
All kinds of shit, all sources, anything. You can stick your microphone out the damn window.
Mm-hmm.
Sample something right out your fucking window if you wanted to.
I did a beat where like dudes were like having dinner, just talking. And I
Yeah.
put music behind it and the drums and I made a beat.
Yeah, I was surprised I was even gonna be able to get on here tonight. I didn't think I was gonna. I was like, fuck. Fucking being buried alive by snow.
Yo, the first time I seen snow, man, I had to shovel it. And I'm like, I hate snow. Like,
Yeah.
I was so
It's
pissed. Cause you know, like in Florida, you just see snow on TV and like everybody's making snow angels and snowmen, and so like I'm super excited and I'm like, this stuff is cold and my hands are going numb and
That's how I am. I hate cold. I hate that.
I like the cold. Like I don't mind the cold, but playing with
Yeah.
snow has never been fun for me.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's getting super late, yo. I gotta sleep.
Yeah, it's already like it's crazy late. I don't even know how long I've been on here. I have no idea when I came on.
Probably like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, I think this is your longest podcast ever.
This is our longest
Yeah,
one.
definitely.
This is what we need. We need a more, and it was more fluent.
How
Fucking, we
many
need
how many
more.
viewers did you have? Can you tell?
Well, throughout the night, there was like sometimes 3, between 1 and 3. Now there's 0, but we had some.
Zero.
It goes. I think we might have had 4 or 5 at one time. Well, yeah, that's good. And then
Somebody
people.
gave it a thumbs up.
Oh, really?
Somebody liked it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's good.
But no, I always thought it was dope. Like I would always watch it. You say some dope stuff. So you know, I
It
thought
was funny because for a while when I just started, whenever I started posting videos, whenever that was, like 3 years ago or so, trying to figure out shit. I always thought, man, there should be something. Because then once you find out, that's however I found Pete. I don't even know how I found him. He was one of the first beat makers on YouTube that I found. Him, Tech Beats, and probably Immobilarity were the first 3 people I found on the internet that actually posted shit.
Oh, the kid who does the album reviews?
Yeah.
And he has the ASR 10, right?
Something like that. EPS 16 or something like that, yeah. And yeah, so from there, and then I was like, man, there should be a fucking thing where something. Because there's all these people that are on, all these people that do beats and put shit up and do shit live. And
The first person I saw was Boondock.
Who?
You don't remember Boondock?
Boondock.
You guys don't know
I
him?
think so, yeah.
He was like the
Actually,
most
yeah.
popular MPC dude on YouTube. Like, now he uses like he like plays music now and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah. Who else? There's other people too. What about Metamorphosis? Yo, he's got so many videos.
That dude is crazy, yo.
He makes so many videos, right? Like,
He posts like the craziest music. I'm like, oh, this is nuts.
yeah, his shit is crazy. He's been he's like, he has like mad subscribers too. Like, he just keeps banging it out. Like, that's how you gotta do it. He has like
That's-
over 1,000.
Consistency is key. I learned that. Man.
Yeah, I know I suck at that, but it's good.
Like, I'm trying to do that for SoundCloud, and SoundCloud is so hard to like get people to follow you.
Yeah, I have
SoundCloud's a
less
pain in
people
the
on
ass.
Sound.
It really
I have
is.
like 500 something on
I'll
SoundCloud.
be like, some people I see on SoundCloud have like 15K listens. I'm like, how did you break out like this? Like,
Yeah, I think it's consistent. You just gotta consistently do it, I guess. Like,
It could be
I
anything.
don't
It could
know.
be somebody reposted one of somebody's shit and then
You
a
put
guys,
lot
it
of
up.
my reposts are freaking like ads, like people trying to
Yeah.
make me buy subscriptions. I'm like, that's great and all, but I can't do
yeah,
that. Can't
fuck
do it.
that. Yeah, I'm not. I hate it when I get those letters like buy Twitter followers or buy SoundCloud subscribers. Do you guys know about the Beat Tape Co-op blog?
No.
I seen something
Oh
about that.
man,
I seen something that you posted about that.
yeah, you gotta
One dude.
send him your shit.
Yeah.
He posts
The
your
one
shit,
I
it
forgot the
will
dude's
blow
name,
up
and
your
he
mind.
had like he was showing like the cover and stuff of his tape and stuff.
Yeah,
Looked
it's a
pretty
blog.
good.
It shows all like yeah, it's like he has Twitter, Instagram, but and then he's got the main blog site, and if you send him like your songs, they'll post it there. Like, and then mad people hear it. It definitely helps. Like, you get more views. I'll
I gotta
send you
ask
guys the link.
how did you come up with your handle?
My
The
name.
doobie howzer.
Oh, me?
Yeah, that's like the best, that's the greatest
Yeah, that's
handle.
badass.
90% of it was marijuana influence, but I got two monikers. Like I got Gorilla God and Doobie Howser. So Doobie Howser, I just did it because Doogie Howser the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, right,
I was just high one
right.
day. I'm like Doobie Howser. Like it just
Yeah.
Like the greatest, like you
That's
can't.
perfect.
That's like the greatest fucking handle
yeah.
name for anything.
So I
Like
just been running with it. I just been running with it. Like that name. I think that name alone has like probably got me more subscribers. Because I've had people be
there
like
you
just
go.
laughed because of my name. Oh, that name is dope. So yeah,
Yeah.
I just ran with it. But sometimes I'll be like Dr. Scientist. I like to play with words. There's like a doctor that's a scientist. So it's like,
Yeah.
so you know, like I just like to play with words sometimes. And I told myself, I'm like, if I make my first album, it's gonna be like I'm gonna call it like Amateur Night, but it's gonna be like amateur and then like the night, like KNIGHT. So it's
Yeah.
like it's amateur night, but I'm an amateur, but I'm still a knight. Like
Right.
Yeah.
just I played a lot of video games, so I make up names. I can make up names like on the fly. So
Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, Doobie House, I just got it, and I've been running with it ever since.
All right, so you guys want to like do it next weekend maybe?
Yeah, that's
You
cool.
guys are free.
Yeah, we definitely try to do it.
Yo, and remember I don't know if you heard that. We're listening to this one, but we were saying we should do like a rhythm roulette thing, and we should try to make a beat. You could even do like a
Yeah.
digging, like a YouTube sample, and we all try to make something out of it.
Yo, you know what we found out today? You know how the three of us are invited to do this, and I joined late
Yeah.
or later. How easy it was just for me to just come on.
Yeah,
I didn't
that
think it
was
that
easy as fuck.
You know what I mean? I didn't think it was that easy for me to just join in the middle of it. I actually didn't. Once it started, I think I was gonna be able to, but then it allowed me to just go right in.
Yeah.
So
You got easy access.
yeah, yo, we should just fucking we should just on one of them just invite like 20 people. Come on,
And see who comes on.
and see who comes on, man.
Yeah.
Because it was just like it was easy. I think we should just invite, and they'll get the notice of when it is.
Yeah.
I guess. Have like fucking 20 heads in the hangout making making beats.
They can beat off the same sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do it like. Yeah.
We should definitely have something like that at one point where we just have like, because you can mute different parts, so
Yeah,
if
you
you
can
need
make
to,
it work.
you know what I mean? You can make it work definitely. So yeah, we should definitely fucking have one where it's just like a free for all.
What time you gonna link up next week?
Probably like
Usually when we do it, man, it's always like it's never always the same time, but it's
it's
always
usually after 9 though. It's like around
yeah,
like
yeah.
10
I mean, I know
o'clock
we've done them
to
early as
midnight.
I think as like 9 and as late as fucking midnight or later. So
Yeah, just as long as you guys give me a heads up, I'm
I'll
always
definitely.
available.
Yeah, I'll text you ahead of time and let you know. All right. Hopefully it uploads. I don't know. Who doesn't know about that? Remember our first one didn't, or our one with
The
that
second
kid?
one we did with
You know, Displace, DSPL.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
made,
yeah, yeah.
how old is he? He's
dude,
young.
he was like 17.
And
He
you
was
say he's
like, all of a sudden he
pretty good.
comes on the podcast and it's like this little kid. He's like, oh, I'm 17. His shit is hot though.
Yeah, he makes a lot of good
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he's got a big following on SoundCloud also. He makes a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, his shit is hot.
He might get too big before we can get him on here again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gotta grab him now.
Gotta get him now before on his way up. Because I know I'm finished. So grab him on his way up.
Well, yeah, remember the shit didn't. We did a podcast with him, and the shit didn't upload. Like,
Yeah, he didn't have a thing, like he didn't have an interface or anything, so you could barely hear. It was probably good
that's
that it
another
didn't.
thing. We couldn't hear him really, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's probably good it
We'll
didn't
have him on
upload.
again.
Yeah, we should definitely.
All right, so I'll try hanging it up, and hopefully it works. What did I do? Did I stop? I stopped broadcast first, right?
What you do is you could do either or. Just don't hit the X.
Yeah,
Whatever you do,
exactly. All right, I'm gonna.